lockdowns that have plagued this area since the fall of Jeremiah Hartwood. The populace has voiced their concerns through independent digital scream sheets, such as the Public Inquirer. The source of the disturbance was found at the edge of no man's waters, where divers discovered the remains of a massive unlisted cargo ship. At this point in time, police have not released further details on the contents of the ship, nor any additional information about the crew presumed boarded during the time of the incident. I will also take this time to remind you, dear listener, that the subway is closed for maintenance. Any attempts at trespassing will violate eminent domain laws and will be persecuted to the highest letter of the law. I would suggest, dear listener, to quell your desire for urban exploration and adventure by checking out our sponsor for this week, the United States of America. Yes, the United States of America, the one-stop shop for all your rock climbing, skateboarding, and extreme sports needs. The United States of America, where's your sense of adventure? Until next time, this has been Vincent Weiss, with the Slice, cutting out. Good evening, Bay City. This is Vincent Weiss, with the Slice, cutting in. Flames of controversy were sparked at the wharf last week, as concerned citizens reported a massive explosion that rocked the bay. Police arrived at the scene and cordoned off the wealthy hospitality and marketing district, increasing already skyrocketing civil unrest. It seems that the people of Bay City are sick of the innumerable lockdowns that have plagued this area since the fall of Jeremiah Hartwood. The populace has voiced their concerns through independent digital scream sheets, such as the Public Inquirer. The source of the disturbance was found at the edge of no man's waters, where divers discovered the remains of a massive unlisted cargo ship. At this point in time, police have not released further details on the contents of the ship, nor any additional information about the crew presumed boarded during the time of the incident. I will also take this time to remind you, dear listener, that the subway is closed for maintenance. Any attempts at trespassing will violate eminent domain laws and will be persecuted to the highest letter of the law. I would suggest, dear listener, to quell your desire for urban exploration and adventure by checking out our sponsor for this week, the United States of America. Yes, the United States of America, the one-stop shop for all your rock climbing, skateboarding, and extreme sports needs. The United States of America, where's your sense of adventure? Until next time, this has been Vincent Weiss, with the Slice, cutting out. Good evening, Bay City. This is Vincent Weiss, with the Slice, cutting in. Flames of controversy were sparked at the wharf last week, as concerned citizens reported a massive explosion that rocked the bay. Police arrived at the scene and cordoned off the wealthy hospitality and marketing district, increasing already skyrocketing civil unrest. It seems that the people of Bay City are sick of the innumerable lockdowns that have plagued this area since the fall of Jeremiah Hartwood. The populace has voiced their concerns through independent digital scream sheets, such as the Public Inquirer. The source of the disturbance was found at the edge of no man's waters, where divers discovered the remains of a massive unlisted cargo ship. At this point in time, police have not released further details on the contents of the ship, nor any additional information about the crew presumed boarded during the time of the incident. I will also take this time to remind you, dear listener, that the subway is closed for maintenance. Any attempts at trespassing will violate eminent domain laws and will be persecuted to the highest letter of the law. I would suggest, dear listener, to quell your desire for urban exploration and adventure by checking out our sponsor for this week, the United States of America. Yes, the United States of America, the one-stop shop for all your rock climbing, skateboarding, and extreme sports needs. The United States of America, where's your sense of adventure? Until next time, this has been Vincent Weiss, with the Slice, cutting out. Good evening, Bay City. This is Vincent Weiss, with the Slice, cutting in. Flames of controversy were sparked at the wharf last week, as concerned citizens reported a massive explosion that rocked the bay. Police arrived at the scene and cordoned off the wealthy hospitality and marketing district, increasing already skyrocketing civil unrest. It seems that the people of Bay City are sick of the innumerable lockdowns that have plagued this area since the fall of Jeremiah Hartwood. The populace has voiced their concerns through independent digital scream sheets, such as the Public Inquirer. The source of the disturbance was found at the edge of No Man's Waters, where divers discovered the remains of a massive unlisted cargo ship. At this point in time, police have not released further details on the contents of the ship, nor any additional information about the crew presumed boarded during the time of the incident. I will also take this time to remind you, dear the joys of using a separate hub for the additional monitor display. Anyways, hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. It is I, Zub the Mad. Now that the audio has been properly routed, I unlocked my voice because there's only so much power I can handle at any given time, for the sake of keeping the stream alive. Anyways, welcome. We are just setting up. Be a few moments more. Anyways, thank you all for tuning in. We have a special, albeit spicy, episode for you today. I hope that you will enjoy. I will say less on the matter now. Anyways, how's everyone doing tonight on this glorious Cyberpunk Red Saturday? Oh god, Jesus! Thank you. I appreciate the sub. That scared the crap out of me. I mean...
You're welcome.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyways, we were just shooting the breeze talking about D&D. But anyways, tonight is going to be a little bit of an intimate affair. It seems that we have two of the players tonight, as Old Man Angel fishes for his magic bean water, I'm assuming.
Oh my
I'm
god.
here. I'm home.
He's
Sorry, I just didn't say anything because I'm doing some modding, some IRL modding.
What you body modding yourself?
No, I am replacing a Switch battery for a friend.
Okay. I thought
And
you were like...
it's like...
I thought you were doing
Oh no, like
acid,
actually like yeah. Okay, yeah, that would be something.
Yeah.
No, I can't do that. I'm not Habit.
I mean, like, that's oddly appropriate and kind of disturbing given our current level of technology. But
yeah, oh yeah, I'm sorry everybody. I'm not actually a 6'5" Filipino or not Filipino, but you know, like Indonesian man who has glowing hair. I not in real life.
You may not be, but I am.
I mean,
oh yeah.
I thought same. I thought we were all just 6 foot tall people that may or may not be confused for international celebrities. I thought that was just the vibe. But anyways,
I'm sorry. I lied.
without further ado, tonight in the dark future we have. We'll start from left to right, or up to down, as it were. That's you, Angel.
Oh, up to down. Okay, I get it. My name is Angel. I play the character Habit.
And last but not least for tonight, we have...
Hi, it's your boy, Mystic Eyes. I'm playing Kira.
You're the homicidal maniac?
You're hysterical.
I mean, she's...
I would say she's more of a killer queen.
Hey.
That are, I mean, I would say she's the voice of reason.
She is. Yeah.
Sad to say. But anyways,
Yep.
Tonight in the dark future, on the last episode of Cyberpunk Red Saturdays, what do we remember?
We were on a boat.
You are on a boat.
Yeah, we were on a boat. Habit decided to try and change the course of the boat, failed, and got shipped with the boat to some location, and then we ended up burning the boat because reasons, I guess.
I believe it was a moral
Dong.
quandary.
Yes.
Apparently, there were drugs that they used to indoctrinate child soldiers, if I recall,
Indeed.
as Dong told us.
Indeed. And you have an exception to that.
We were initially there because we were investigating Scarponi family nonsense
Mm-hmm.
and their ties to Cookbook, or CB2, and the boat took us to the frigate or whatever, and it was unmanned because everyone living had been slaughtered by automatons, likely activated by Cookbook to turn on them after their job was done. And Vargas was there too.
And Vargas was there too. Yeah.
Yes.
So yes, a week has passed since the events that transpired that ultimately ended in the unnamed ship sinking into the harbor of Bay City. As you can tell by the recent Slice report, there has been quite a controversy that has increased the civil unrest in the area. It is not uncommon now to see people protesting the lockdowns, demanding that their city be free. And with that being said, you find that the safest place for you to frequent now is the not as desired, but still very high scale Sekai bar.
It's okay, we can afford it now.
I would hope so, considering the payouts recently. That being
Yeah, I don't trust those payouts.
And you are
Late game.
hashtag late game. Yes, so the Sekai bar, 7 p.m. It is a weekday, which is uncommon for you folks. Usually do your running on the weekends or near the weekends.
Wait, we can't not be Cyberpunks.
Yeah, you are Tuesday punks in this world right now.
How dare.
You were based on a tip-off from Own, who is currently handling additional affairs as his new role as the Stray of Bay City. At his behest, you have been told, not told, but asked to attend this place for a John, to convene a job. He was very vague on the details, almost dismissive. Basically just third-partying a text message that was sent to him, which looks like it was decoded to say these particular coordinates and to arrive 10 minutes before the person.
Yeah, that sounds about par for course. Passing the message along to anyone who will listen.
Okay. Habit, you received this text.
I answer, sure. I'll meet you.
Sweet.
All
To
right.
Sakai.
Mm-hmm.
The Sekai bar is as opulent and as colorful as you remember it being. You do see that they've invested in a new hollow print pattern that now rises on the side of the board opposite the bar. It's a beautiful looking sakura tree that has been fully hologrammed and realized. It almost looks so realistic. You feel like you could reach out and touch the petals. Very nice.
Can I? Can I touch the petals?
As you attempt to wave your hand through the hologram, you receive a disgruntled, disappointed dad cough from opposite the bar as you see Sakai-san looking at you.
You're telling me they're not even real?
No, just a good simulation.
Man,
What would you like
well,
to drink tonight?
you know what? Bartender's choice.
So desu ka. He rummages around, looks at you, sees the ubiquitous Americana streamed about your person. And
You don't have to cater to me. Cater to yourself by catering to me.
You see his eyebrows furrow at that comment as he attempts to like translate that in his understanding of yeehaw speak, and he pulls out a bottle of Bison Trail, a nice, looks like mid to top shelf bourbon, and plants it on the counter, along with a very nice looking etched glass. And pours
Thumbs
the
up.
contents. Habit, if you choose to arrive, you shall arrive right now.
All right. I did arrive. I walk in. I kind of give, like, as I get closer to the bar, I just kind of give a nod to the bartender, and ask for a Japanese whiskey.
You see the moderate but slightly reserved approval on the side on his face.
This is a Yamazaki, 52 years.
Well, it's a Matsuzaki in this world, creatively
Gotcha.
distinct. And puts it out. It's a beautiful 15-year with a nice wood furnish, very indicative of umabashi plums. You can smell if you. I'd say Habit is cultured enough to know those notes. That would
Sure,
be.
I guess so.
He looks at you. 100 Eddie. 50
I
Eddie.
just
To Kira.
I will happily pay and tip him another 50.
Arigato
I
gozaimasu.
I give him 100. I give him 140.
He looks very pleased with your contribution, but reserves it in that old school type of mentality that he keeps around him. Arigato gozaimasu. And he goes back to restocking the shelves and whatnot.
Now that we've gotten ourselves situated, I will take a quick look around because the fake as hell but amazing Sakura tree had distracted me. But I would like to look around to see what kind of security this place is packing. Considering what happened to the Iron Yard, I'm a little
Sure.
worried. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, that tracks because of the Sakura tree.
Yeah, it's pretty brilliant.
It's a 17.
Still a 17. You see
Roll the 1, got a 17. Yeah.
You see the throngs of Yakuza members wearing armor-laced, bulletproof jackets, which are cleverly disguised as business wear, patrolling the bar. You see patrons on the opposite side, carousing, probably discussing matters of high business up here. And you do see that there are well-stocked hustles on the top end, obviously carrying some pretty significant firepower underneath their padded jackets.
Looks like they really stepped up security here. That's good.
Well, I mean, this is the Yakuza's place, you know, with everything that's going around. Of course, they're gonna beef up one of their territories.
Shizukani kudasai, you hear Sakai-san bark over the bar.
Huh?
Quiet on the... He puts his fingers up in the air to quote. Conclusion that you have brought upon this.
Ah.
At this point in time, you see a man in a leather duster come in. Looks lost, eyes focused on some unknown horizon just in front of him. Mirror shades. Mirror shades double thick. Almost as if a bullet couldn't penetrate through them. He sits at the bar. A comfortable yet appropriate social distance away from you two.
How big is this man?
5'10"? Yeah, 5'10".
And his girthiness?
It looks like he works out cross country maybe.
Okay, cross country. He's not unnaturally huge.
He is not Beefcake Magoo like you are.
Okay, that's what I want to know, because I was like very weary about people just walking up like Chris, just being like all lackadaisical.
How can I help you? This man says something in what you presume to be fluent Japanese. And Sakai replies in kind. A moment passes between them, and you see him rummage through the bar. And he asks once again, "You would like a Aryan brain hemorrhage, yeah?"
Oh, what?
"Yes, please." Coming
That's very-
right up.
It's very easy to get one if you ever put in a faulty neural link. Seen a couple of those in my life.
Ha! I want the drink, not the brain slurry inside. After a moment, you see a very elaborate display of Sakai's bartending prowess as he mixes like grenadine and blue curacao and a bunch of other ingredients in a very strange float where like there's a 3-tiered multicolored structure of like red, this weird orange, and then like blue hovering at the bottom. All right, that will be 40 Eddie. And the man pays him. Sakai goes back to housekeeping.
Obviously, we're eyeballing this new arrival. Side-eyeing them.
Hey! He takes off his shades. Kira, right?
Howdy. Yep.
Now that he's taking off his shades, what's his facial appearance like?
You won't recognize him. Kira might. I'll actually have her roll local expert your home for this. But you see well-defined sloping features. Not a chiseled jawline, but, you know, you can tell that he's very athletic.
Like, can I tell anything about his ethnicity?
Yeah, he is Hispanic.
Okay.
Mixed with some kind of Caucasian. Light brown skin as opposed to a darker brown skin that you would see from like South America.
Oh.
Yeah, that's Darren.
Darren.
Yeah, remember Redline's ex?
Redline's boy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, the computer nerd.
yeah.
The one who hired us to steal the car.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Nastasha.
That broke up with Redline.
Yeah. It was a rocky road day, that was.
All right, I wasn't around, so I can't talk. I'm just like, I don't know him.
Well, if it isn't Darren.
Yep.
The one who broke my best friend's heart.
Wait, who broke whose heart?
Hold on. You got some nerve showing up in front of me.
Look, if it was any other situation, if it was any other circumstance, I wouldn't. But, you know, here we are.
Wait, you broke up with someone under a circumstance and didn't like actually, what, you just couldn't work it out?
I don't pry into your business. I would respectfully ask that you don't pry into mine.
Well, I just think
I take
you're
a
an
sip.
asshole.
This
Well,
is this is the guy that broke Redline's heart.
yeah. Wow.
But that's
She's
none of my business, is it?
wow. That's terrible. She's quite a beast of a woman, and I mean, like, Jesus Christ, why would you do that?
You just see, like, his crestfallen face just stare into his really weird multicolored drink. Look, I was trying to protect her, okay?
Protect her. Protect her by breaking up with her? That never works out, dude.
I
Ever.
am a high-level executive at Atracian Motors. Was, he says, making his voice uncomfortably loud for that very quiet bar.
I
Yeah.
don't know, man. Sounds more like you were protecting yourself.
Damn.
You just see, like, you just see his voice kind of, like, quaver and his jaws start wiring shut. As you...
Thought so.
Emotional damage.
I have a job for you, okay? If you would
I-
hear me out and stop judging my past relationships.
Not past relationships, just the one.
Just the one.
Regardless.
Let's be fair, just the one.
Regardless. He hands you over a tablet. You see coordinates on it. And you see a bunch of pictures that appear to look like a tram line. Like subway. A T, if you will. A metro.
My agent will suddenly blip up as I just got a response from Owen. Ah, looks like Owen's on his way.
Excellent. I kind of I spared him a lot of the details because I was hoping I'd be able to talk to him in person. Since all the skulking about, I know it puts you at unease. Thank you for the investigation on the ship, however. That was very enlightening.
How the hell do you know about the ship?
You look at his phone and you realize that it's a little, well, phone quotation marks agent. And you realize that it's a different build than yours. Almost as if it's customized.
What you got there? That looks that doesn't look like no regular tech that I've ever seen.
It's not. It's a unique blend, I guess you would call it. He like shakes his alien brain hemorrhage. Custom made, designed in-house prototype. Really good at encrypting certain communication lines.
Alright, I'll take one for each and one of my buddies.
Well, I'd be more than happy to hook you up, but Atracian and I have parted ways. He looks into his drink.
Yeah.
Sometimes things don't pan out
Yeah.
in light of recent
Like keeping
information.
your job instead of going after the woman you love.
Damn.
He winces at that. Like, heavy.
You see
Alright,
that after
alright.
as soon as Habit said that, he actually kind of like immediately like shuts up and kind of like looks away like in shame.
I'll put a reassuring hand on Habit's shoulder like there.
I don't regret keeping her safe. I do miss her. But
Well, I just called her and she's on her way. That's a lie. by the way.
Yeah.
That's a blatant lie.
You just see like a shot. You just see like a look like you just pointed a loaded shotgun at his face.
I just wanted to see him squirm. One last time.
I need to keep her out of it. Why did you call her? I need her out of it.
Too easy.
Look,
I'm just kidding.
I called you because Owen says you're the best money can buy. Okay?
Yep.
And what I need is some pretty heavy shit. We're talking
Alright.
We're talking big Watergate energy. We're talking stuff that could take down a small well, not so small company now. He pauses, looks at his drink. Atrassian fucked us. All of us. When I got that bit of documentation that I just shared with you, I had to resign. There was no way, in good conscience, I could keep up with what they were trying to bring to the table. And you look down.
Wait a minute, is this real?
So you're saying they're in bed with Horizon and Cookbook and all that?
You look down and you see Project Ratatosker.
Ah.
I didn't believe it myself for a little bit. I had to distance myself from everyone that I knew they could target. I had to make some difficult decisions. He stares into his drink again. But I don't regret the ones I've made. The people I love, I know, will be safe. If it comes down to it, I'll take the hammer for everyone else. But I need to confirm something. And I can't do it alone.
All right.
Are you gonna macho it up and come with us?
He sighs. That's why we pay you. But I can't. They see me on the premises. I have more than termination to worry about.
Alright, well then, can you at least get us access?
Yeah. Everything that's on that data pad should be enough to get you past the original security measures that they put in place.
You say original. How far back are we talking about these being in place? You think they'd have upgraded their security since you left?
Considering that Atrassian Motors has owned the B line for God knows how long, it's possible that they've done some security improvements since my tenure there. And culminated with the fact that the Metro's kind of on lockdown. I don't know what they've done in the past 24 hours. This is why we hire people like you, right? You're the best.
Yep. Looks like we're gonna have to check it out.
Alrighty. Yeah.
I
Well, you gotta.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
But I need you to macho up and actually like tell this stuff to Redline.
I tried to. I got past the first sentence before she broke down on me. I can't blame her.
You know, maybe instead of calling her... Oh, yeah, you don't know where she is, do you? Fuck, I forgot about that.
That was kind of the point.
Yeah,
I
fair
wouldn't know where
enough.
she was, so they couldn't beat it out of me.
Well, then look for her.
maybe when all this is settled, I'll do that. But right now, I have so many things to tie up. And so many bullets to avoid.
Not the only one, but I get it.
Anyways, I suspect that there's a residual underground lab that Atracian has been keeping up ever since all this Project Ratatoskr stuff has been thrown around. I did a little bit of research on it, and turns out that Horizon was initially came to the table with the Atracian motors. Considering that our autonomous car market has been in the decline as of late, R&D has been very eager to get any new projects being passed across their desk. So you can imagine them jumping at the opportunity when they realized a project that is that could be potentially highly profitable, very influential in the tech sphere, and also comes with very low overhead, considering that Horizon initially postulated it as something that we could be a reseller on, as opposed to owning the actual project.
Yeah, you said a whole bunch of words that made no sense to me, but I'm just gonna take a guess and say that they saw money and they chose money over morality, as most companies tend to do these days.
He takes a sip. Well, you got the gist of it anyways. That being said, it brought me down a very wild rabbit hole of legal aftermarket drugs, potential mental synthesis, all sorts of things like that. Stuff that I'm sure many people in big business would not want to see the light, have the populace see the light of day of. So, if you could do me a favor, confirm my suspicions, see if that underground lab is still running, and flush out all the rats that are poisoning our water supply. That'd be greatly appreciated.
Yeah. About that, I've got a sinking suspicion of my own that that lab, or one similar to it, is what created the Bay City Ripper. Slasher. Whatever.
He nods.
And when there's one, there could be another.
Hello, Masong. I'm doing good. We're vibing in the dark future. Welcome to our foray. Indeed, everything is well. Darren nods. I suspect as much too. The signs are there. All the telltale signs. Paranoia. Psychosis. Over-augmentation. That led to cyberpsychosis. Yeah. All the building blocks are adding up.
So we'll be going into a potential cyber psycho den with less than a full crew. Alright. If anyone can do it, it's us.
How good have you been? Have you been practicing? The secrets of CQC.
Toby, as you know, has been hanging out with the people that Dong refers to as his brothers / the Brothers Grimm. And you can only imagine the levels of soccer hooligan that are transpiring in those concrete walls.
Oh my god. That's not what I want. I want him training so we could spar.
Well, I mean, this is all what Kira would know, based on who she associates with.
280. Okay.
That being said, if you wanted your sessions, you would have had to go to the safe house in order to do so. So I don't know if you were doing that.
Is that at me or at you?
Yeah, that's at you, Kira.
I don't have enough IP to increase my martial arts So,
So you've been
you know.
slacking.
I haven't been slacking. I just don't have 280 IP.
in
It's just expensive.
It's true. In narrative, you've been it's been a little hard to train with him due to the current situations.
Yeah.
But anyways. So yeah, that's the main gist. He pauses for a moment and starts downing the drink a little bit more fervently, and awaits any further questions you may have for him.
So do you know anything about how many people were staffed here originally?
Staffed here? Well, technically it's not supposed to exist. AM put that as a security room in quotation marks on paper. A little next,
Security.
yeah, security and maintenance room for the beeline.
Oh dear.
Yep.
So you're saying that technically we'll probably only be seeing cyber psychos.
I don't know what you'll be seeing, and I don't want to put false information in your brains.
Fair enough.
All I know is that on paper, it was a quote security and maintenance room for the actual subway line that ran through there. However, knowing how long I've been at AM, about 10 years, they say things on paper that are very different than what happens in reality.
Naturally. Alright.
As for armed resistance, couldn't say. They keep a couple of their security team on tenure down there. Say it would be a safe bet that they would have some kind of regiment down there.
And since it's a secret lab, you don't expect they'd be calling the police if someone was breaking in, would you?
Oh, you're good to go if you need to engage in any collateral damage.
Hmm.
I'd say, yeah. I say we should try to go quiet as much as we can. But if we get found out and we need to go loud, that would be fine too.
I leave it to you. You're the professionals.
I look, I have it. Well, you feel you're fully equipped for what we got right now? Or do we gotta go shopping?
Well, do we have actually? Can you see if our buddy, what was his name, Overdrive, Overshock, something like that,
Override?
Overdrive. Override.
Override, if he could hook us up, because without Own around, it's gonna be hard for us to get anything worthwhile.
You're right. It's just it's why I was asking.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you want to give him a call, you can do so.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give Override a call.
Boop 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 boop. The number you have dialed is no longer in service. Please check the phone number and try again.
Ah, shit. He moved on. Alright.
All right, well, I guess we're gonna have to hit up the markets then.
Well,
See what they got.
we've got more. We've got
You
our
want to talk to
friends.
Magomedov?
No,
Oh,
never. Next time I see that guy, I'm pulling a bullet in between his eyes.
cause like I don't what other fixer friends we got.
Well, there's the one that my little sis hooked us up with. That,
He good on the keeping it on the down low.
well, this was with the Italians.
Ah, fair enough. Okay.
His name is, I don't, it doesn't,
He was the specialist
The specialist, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can reach out to the specialist. He has very specific clientele, and he doesn't like his name being thrown around.
Yep. You can do so. Want to give him a call?
Yeah. Yeah.
Roy's Mortuarium. You bag 'em, we tag 'em.
Howdy, I'd like to organize a little window shopping, I guess.
Little window shopping, huh? What kind of solution are you looking for?
Mass graves.
Mass graves. Well, I have a cemetery I could sell you.
Works for me.
Now, are we talking a heavy cemetery or lightly or soft underpatch cemetery?
Hmm. We're talking something where there might not be a lot of them, but there's going to be at least one of them that might be a lot larger than normal.
Oh,
They might all be larger than normal, to be honest.
It's true.
so you need a deluxe coffin service.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that sounds about accurate.
Alright, well, I can bring you in for a quotation if you'd like.
That would be absolutely lovely.
Great. I will send you our new location very shortly. And he hangs up, and then you immediately get a text message with coordinates.
Hot.
The coordinates are just outside the bar.
God fucking damn it. Oh, you kill me, Zoom.
Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Look into my eyes.
I'm looking at you.
Late game.
Late game.
Late game. Okay. My word.
In fact, it's actually over here.
I'm dead. I'm fucking dead. I get off the phone, I look to my right, and I see him getting off the phone. Oh, damn.
And yeah,
Oh, Christ.
you may peruse his wares if you'd like.
Alright.
Kira, well, hell, that was fast. Expected that to take a few more minutes.
You're telling me.
All right, so you wanted the deluxe cemetery service, you said.
I did.
All right, well, these Yakuza, man, they've been keeping me busy. I'm a little bit of a slim supply right now, considering any head nudges over to like the throngs of people just outside the door. Strapped. Well, you can see they're strapped. It's all concealed
Y'all-
carry, but
Yep.
Y'all been going like? Wait, have people actually been using up explosives now? Like, is this war really going that far?
look, man, between the 50k, the culebras, and all the SDM nonsense, I have been very lucrative.
Fuck.
Yeah. It's a good day to be in the arms business, I'll tell you. Anyways, how can I help you in your personalized solution?
Well, I mean, God, I'm also in the arms business, and I show him, and I give him a little flex.
Oh my god. I can't deal with the level of dad joke energy you're bringing to the table right now.
Late game.
And he looks at that. Ha, good one. No, I mean like hardware that doesn't involve being strapped to your meat.
And then I flex him my cyber arm.
No, I said specifically not strapped to your meat.
Oh.
Can we
whatever.
talk?
Kira, what
Can we
would you
stop
like?
talking about your meat for
Yeah.
a second?
Yeah. Let's talk about
I
the
like
things.
talking about my meat.
Oh, hey, I think Owen's here. I think I smell him.
You do smell
Cigarettes.
you do smell cigarettes and sadness wafting from the entrance.
Wafting in from the front door.
Oh, hey, Owen.
What's
I
up?
didn't see ya.
You looked like you were pretty busy, so that makes sense.
Yeah, I was just, making a joke about these, and I flexed both my arms.
Ugh. You see the hookup that you were purchasing wares from at your favorite Italian mafia shop / cannoli place. Now taking up residence inside the Sekai bar, which you are currently in.
Wow, do y'all in the Yakuza often work together this close?
Well, yeah, I mean, they need hardware, they need enforcement, and, I'm more than happy to supply, Capitalism is, colorblind.
A hell of a drug.
Yeah. And also, if I get to work with people in high places, that means a better payout in the long run.
I can understand
enough.
that.
So, what kind of specialized solution can I offer you today?
Grenades.
Ah, the
You
classic.
got 'em.
Well, I'm running low on those. Gonna be honest. It's getting kind of hard with all the new BCPD regulations, but let me see what I got. Any ruffles in a duffel bag? Yep. Pulls out 2 grenades. If you could do me a favor and not let Makimura-san know that I'm keeping these, he has a certain propensity to hate explosives.
I mean, you kind of brought it into one of his establishments.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking you to keep it down.
We can do that. We are nothing but discreet, ain't that right?
I'm looking around. Who's discreet?
Good lord. Any case.
All right.
Grenades.
So what you got for us?
Well, 2 grenades. You see the grenades. And those will be 200 Eddie. If you want them.
Just
200.
That's all you got? You got no imps?
That's
You got no incendiaries?
well, I assume that you wanted the tired and true, but I do have some others. Let me
Yeah, we need something a little bit more specialized here.
How specialized?
Talking about a walking gargoyle made of which is mostly metal than flesh.
Well, you're fighting Atom Smasher?
Close
Pretty
enough.
much.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Maybe it's none of my business, but... And he, starts rummaging around. I mean, I have some incendiaries.
I'll
works.
take some of that.
Okay. Yeah,
I'll take a couple.
That will be, what is that, 50? I think ammunition types, that would be like 50 Eddie, I think.
That's 100 each.
Oh yeah, okay. Grenades are universally 100 Eddie.
Depends. Some grenades are. Incendiary just happens to be one of the cheaper grenades.
Indeed. So that'll be... He gives you 2, so that'll be 200. So,
Great.
So far, that's 4 piece. Look, I am eternal late game. We got to level 1 late game. Which is an excellent toe dip into the very obtuse and obscure martial art that is #late game.
So,
Yeah,
Owen,
late game.
what's
up?
going on is we're being hired by Redline's ex-boyfriend to check out a secret lab hidden in the subway tunnels that may have produced cyber psychos like the Bay City slasher, and it turns out his company that he no longer works for is part of Project Red Husk. So yep, we're
All
gonna
right.
dive into it. Just the three of us, and that's why we are here at this here proprietor to get access to whatever we might need going into it.
Fair enough.
Any questions?
No, I mean that's pretty straightforward.
Very good. Very good.
All right, so that's the big booms taken care of. Now, is there anything specific that you would like aside from that?
Well, if we have the time,
I mean, your time is my money, so
then I was wondering what you got for cyberware.
I don't really do cyber, but what particular things do you have in mind?
Well, I've been meaning to get myself, hold on, a couple of things. For one, do you happen to have a Kerenzikov?
Do you want to raid a Militech bunker? Because that's a good way to do that.
Damn.
I mean,
Yeah.
that or I don't know. You're gonna have to find someone to source that one out for you. I mean, good luck. That's too hot for TV for me, man. But
Got any cool handguns on you?
oh yeah, tons. He goes into a duffel bag that says "party favors," and you see him rummage through. You see the gamut of pistols. You see semi-automatics. You see fully automatics. You see magnums. You see snub nose. You see all sorts of things.
All right.
Any particular flavor of personal defense weapon you have in mind?
Well, I mean, what was that one? The map, the multi-ammo revolver.
Yeah. Roll perception. Maybe. Let me take a look.
I mean, I figured you would know if you had it.
Look, man, I got a lot of guns here.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
Hey, Owen,
Yeah.
can you call a guy and see if they
16.
got a Kerenzikov?
I mean,
You
could use your. I mean, it'll be your operator in game.
I was gonna say I definitely can, but
It will take some time. You know that for a fact.
yeah.
That's a big piece of hardware that you're gonna strap on someone's back, and
Yeah.
quite literally make it their back. So, yeah. Well, I'm thinking Sandavestian, but yeah, it's a pretty big piece of hardware, regardless.
Yeah.
So he looks down in his bag, and unfortunately, you come out empty this time. But I can get you one. I know a guy. Give me like a day. I'll get it to you.
Hmm. All right. Well, I'm willing to fork over an additional 1,000 eddies if you can get it to me faster than that.
Well, it depends on the supply line, but I'll
Fair enough.
see what I can do.
Yeah.
Nah.
How long
If it
do we
wasn't
have
gonna,
to hit this place anyways? It seems like we could go anytime, but I wasn't aware of a time.
I don't know. I don't know what your John told you.
I glance over at Darren.
He's still at the bar. He's polishing off another alien brain hemorrhage.
Oh. Fuck it.
If we can,
I'll
if
be
we
right
can
back.
wait for this gear, would be ideal.
I'm putting you in
Yo-
this situation.
Yo, Darren. I go over to him.
Okay.
I'm not yelling across the bar. That's impolite.
Yeah. Especially in this place.
Yeah.
Yes. What?
Is there a time window that we're trying to aim for here?
Well, I was hoping you'd be able to take care of it tonight.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, no further questions, Your Honor. I turn back and go back over.
You see him kind of like go, huh, and then go back to his drink.
Yeah, it's got to be today.
God damn it. I need any inch of.
Well,
What about a microwaver? You happen to have one of those?
special order. I can get it to you though. Again, it's gonna take me a day or two. Our supply line is completely busted. Ever since
Fuck, dude.
Ever since the Orcs mod got freaking run out of town. Yeah, I know. You're telling me. Good lord, it's been a mess. However,
Yeah, I mean that sounds about right.
yeah, with the 50k running around and their do not negotiate with anyone outside their clique mentality, to all sorts of alternative solution specialists like myself, it's making it really hard to keep the business afloat. I mean, granted, I've got a lot of quality stuff here, you can see that, but the exotic, as you would call it, going to be a little bit of a long road to haul, so to speak, for now, until I can find a better supplier.
Makes sense.
I mean,
Sucks, but it makes sense.
if you want,
Yeah.
I can maybe get you to do some legwork for me, and that'll open up the supply chains. You all seem capable enough. But that's a maybe a next week or tomorrow thing. Seems like you already have your hands full with whatever it is you're planning tonight.
Quite possibly.
Yeah, we'll keep that in mind.
All right. Well, you got my number. Anything else I can get you tonight?
All right. Let's talk about ammunition.
Okay.
We're pretty good. I'm still good on AP rounds from the last time.
I could actually I should buy a box of AP. To
Yeah,
be
you should.
honest.
That's good.
I got him right here. Shuffles to the
Great.
side. You want pistol? You want AR? You want
AR.
Alrighty.
Absolutely.
Pulls out.
I want to buy 50 of them.
50 boxes.
50
50
rounds.
rounds.
Oh, okay. I was like, whoa.
5 boxes.
Holy
Oh,
mackerel.
actually, no.
It's probably less than that, actually.
Big spender over here. Yeah. Well, I can get you. What's that? 2 clips, 25 each.
Yeah.
All right. That's 200 Eddie.
Fair enough. You have it. And I put down the money.
All right. And you now have 2 boxes of armor. Well, 2 clips of armor piercing.
Let's see. I would also. I look at Own. We gotta get you something better than that pea shooter.
Hey, that pea shooter has served me well, and
Yeah, but you can't shoot farther than 10 yards with it.
Why
Well,
don't,
that's
why
what
don't
the bow
we,
is for.
yeah. Why
The
don't we
bow's
get
not that much
him
better.
some, can you get yourself some, like, I don't know, arrows that explode or something?
Explosive arrows.
Um,
This guy's. What is this guy? John Stallone?
John Stallone.
I don't know.
John Stallone.
Incendiary arrows?
No, it's Sly
or-
Rambo.
Oh, that's what he was called in the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you guys want me to have?
I don't know. I just.
Take your.
I don't
pick.
like you being close to them, having to be close to them to shoot them, which means you are running from them, which means you get shot, and you're a squishy little boy, so, you know.
Well, that's what the bow is for.
Yeah, okay.
Get him some
I mean-
some bow ammunition.
I got some PDWs, and he pulls out a P90 and the American version of the P90. which is highly restricted, and a couple of other some odd bullpup submachine guns. How about this? This rubbing you the right way?
Oh, actually, no, that's grenades. And you don't got none.
I mean, I still have biotoxin arrows.
All right.
I am loaded on armor piercers. Do you have any armor piercing any arrow shot?
Well,
Those don't exist. Actually, no, what they do. Never mind. I'm dumb.
well, I mean, roll me perception as he's going. Maybe. And he starts like rummaging through duffel bags.
Yeah, I got you.
I believe they'd probably be like titanium tipped, you know?
Hey, it says all armor types except shotgun shells, so
Oh, yeah,
or all
absolutely.
ammo except shotgun
You're right.
shells.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He pulls out what appear to be like masterwork crafted arrows that are armor tipped, and he's like, "Huh? Why the hell do I have these? I mean, I have them."
Yeah. I'll take let's see. So I will hand over my biotoxin arrows.
Okay.
And I'll take 10 of those armor piercers.
Okay. That's gonna be what, 1,000, Eddie? 100 by.
And you're
No,
Gucci.
it's 10 arrows
and,
for 100.
Oh right. Okay. So that'd be 100.
And I'll also take 50 rounds of armor piercing bullets, and then an additional 10 rounds of expansive arrows. You got those the ones that got the like pineapple heads, you know what I'm talking about?
You mean like the RPG style arrows? Like you pull it back and you let it go and then it explodes on impact, those?
Oh, no. The ones that when they hit, they open up.
Oh, like
Yeah.
hollow
Yikes.
points?
Yeah, like hollow point tipped arrows.
What the hell? What kind of what kind of Red Dawn situation are we preparing for?
Hey, man.
Cyber psychos.
I mean, I probably have those in bullet form. Probably don't have those in arrow form. That sounds interesting. I could look into that, I guess.
You don't really get that many archers, do you?
No, we're in 2064. Who does archery except the Olympics?
There's people running around with katanas and shit.
Well,
Like,
Hey, man.
those are corporates. They're weirdos.
I found a back alley fucking ripper doc who's on the edge of cyberpsychosis who built a custom collapsible exotic bow. And you're telling me that guys like that are far and few between? Like, nah, man. I find that hard to believe.
I don't know, man. I don't know what you've experienced in your life. I'm just saying that in normal land, these are, well, as close to normal land as you can get, considering that I'm doing back alley deals in the middle of a Yakuza bar. That is a little bit of an uncommon experience.
all right, just say that you don't have the hookups, then that's fine.
I don't. I can get them to you. Well, once again, like I said, my supply line's a little broken right now, and if you want to circle back with me and do what you do best to help me kind of clear the air, I can probably get you some better stuff later down the line.
All right, fine. We'll make do with what you got.
Okay. Well, I mean, I still have a lot. It just depends on, as long as it's not unusual, I probably have it.
Well, I got my armor piercers,
Cool.
so that's all I'm decked out with.
All right, subtract that from your total, as it were. Your
You
total.
also have night sights.
You mean like night scopes? Like Night vision?
Not scopes, goggles.
Night vision goggles?
Optics.
Yeah. I got those.
We'll take 3, and I'll take a carry-all.
Okay. And the money is exchanged,
Mm-hmm.
and you now have night vision goggles. Subtract that from your total, if you please.
How much are you charging me for those?
Good question. I would say they are expensive, so it'd be 1,500 any total.
All right.
You could roll haggle.
You could haggle if you'd like.
Uh,
I would say that you would have to be pretty persuasive to do that, but up to you.
Do it.
well, and it's an operator perk too.
Yeah.
It's true, you can. Yep.
Hold on, let me pull that up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because this guy doesn't have expansive ammunition. I'm definitely gonna haggle.
Said he doesn't have it yet. Give him some time.
Always be haggling.
Look, I'm sure it happens to the best of us.
Not everyone can be. Not everyone can expand on command. I don't know what to tell you. Rising to the this is getting a little bit too close to a bit.
You started it. You did it to yourself.
I was about to say
Alright.
some people can't or have difficulty rising to the occasion. Anyways, yeah.
So what do you want me to roll? My operator skill plus persuasion, or
Well, it is based on. I was gonna initially have you roll persuasion just straight up, but since it's haggling, I believe that runs off
It's-
your ranks, or it's just something. You can
Yes, rank plus hat
oh,
plus,
cool
plus
trading operator.
Yep. Cool trading operator. Against
Oh,
their
wow.
opponents.
So hold on.
Okay.
They have to roll.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Is that a good or a bad? Yeah. Yeah. So it's your operator rank. It's your cool plus trading skill plus your operator rank. That should be really freaking good, actually.
Yeah, I was about to say you're about to get real disappointed.
Holy mackerel! Yeah, you,
Damn.
you educate him on the fine points of having, of supply and demand, and he kind of cows at that, and he's like, "Oh, fine. I guess I could let it go for like 1,000."
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Alrighty. So there you go. You basically got buy two get one free. So
Hell yeah. I hand the goggles to Kira and Habit.
I mean, I got a thermal scope on this. Alright, I mean, whatever.
I do too, but fine. You don't happen to have a sniping scope on ya?
yeah, I mean, I do. What flavor do you want?
I just want it on an AR.
Okay.
That's fine.
Pulls out a normal sniper scope. That should fit. I mean, it's Picatinny, so it should handle most modular rifles.
Yeah, sure does. Thanks so much.
No problem. Yeah.
Does my haggle apply to the entire transaction? Or is it just for the stuff that I purchased?
I
Because it says only one fixer deal can be made per transaction.
yeah. So I would
Got
say that would be one haggle fest you just did to get.
Got it.
Yeah. So yes, you have purchased your accoutrements. If you'd like, is there anything else? He waits for a reply.
I think I made sure that my armor jack is repaired and shit, so.
Okay. I mean, you
Yeah,
can
same.
just purchase armor jack.
Yeah, exactly. I typically just subtract it from my totals without having to really consult anybody about it.
Okay.
Just makes sense.
I will
Yeah.
say
That's subdermal.
You don't have subdermal, right? You're all
Nah.
You're all on the surface. Yeah. I thought
Yeah.
so. That's a habit thing, I think.
What,
Oh no, that's an
subdermals?
own thing too.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's an own thing too. Okay.
Yeah, I actually just have light armor jack
Okay.
that I wear when things are light, but I'm probably gonna switch to heavy for this one.
Okay. That being
'Cause I
said,
got
if there is no other transactions, the specialist will, thank you for the business, but then also kind of look at the guards that are giving him the stink eye on some of the items that he procured from his bag, and
And Owen leans over the counter and whispers to him, "I know I got your number, but for future reference, you ever need additional assistance getting your hands on some things, let me know."
well, yeah, I mean, the supply line is totally screwed up, my guy. That's why.
I'm well aware of the broken ass supply line, but I'm telling you, like I'm offering an additional contact that you can
Oh.
use.
Oh yeah, no,
I
I
can't
appreciate
make
it.
shit. Yeah, I can't make shit appear right now because I'm in the same boat as you. But
actually, there's one last thing. Do you happen to have
one
like
more thing.
Yeah, one more thing. Do you happen to have a good ass AR? Like
What do you mean by
A
that?
good ass.
top preem, excellent quality AR.
I mean, yeah, sure. What kind of flavor are you thinking? I've got
Chocolate?
FAMAS. I've got AR-15s. I've got M4 hybrids. Like, what are we
Yeah,
talking?
I'm looking for an M4.
All right, M4A3, I think. And he looks down into his bag of tricks. One is on the floor, and he pulls it out, and the thing is polished to a shine. There's Picatinny rails all over the thing, fully modular, and it looks pretty nice. Yeah, this bad boy went through Southam for a model like this, anyways. Thing is,
Yeah.
everything in AR should be and more.
That you just see like Habit is just like guffawing over the thing. I'm like, yeah, this reminds me of my days in the military. Holy shit.
I'm sure it does, soldier. These things got really good use during the wars. There's a reason why it's a classic.
Mm-hmm.
That'll
Alright.
I can let that go, as it's excellent quality for about $1,000.
Sold.
Cool. And the transaction complete. You now have an excellent quality assault rifle.
Love that for you.
I'm gonna go and load it with AP ammo.
Okay. You do see some nervous, well, not nervous, but aware looks, since you're basically buying an assault rifle in a bar from the local Yakuza muscle. And with that, the shop closes. Mostly because
Very well.
he's getting the stink eye, and he's like, all right, I've overstayed my welcome. I need to calm down. All right. Anything else you would like to take care of before we head on out to the coordinates that Darren provided you?
That should be it for me.
Yeah. I couldn't get everything I wanted, but this little puppy will definitely do the trick.
And you hear the local Yakuza muscle go, cough very audibly as he gives you a polite glance at your newfound rifle.
Jealous?
No, you are in a bar. Please put that away.
I put it in my carry-all.
All right. All right, and with that, onwards and upwards. thank you for choosing Prestos, where we get you there in a flash. Where to?
Punching in the coordinates.
Coordinates received. We are on the way to Subway Station, Bay City Line B. And with that, time passes, and you find yourselves in the front of a abandoned subway station.
Bubby.
You see that it's marked with an orange tinge to denote its dissimilarity to other lines that are similarly colored in order to make a navigation system across the city. The Orange Line has gotten a bad reputation for being the slumlord line. The rails, before they were closed due to, quote, public insurgency, unquote, were lower quality than many of the other lines. However, it is juxtaposed by the fact that it does do a direct line directly into downtown, which is more than most of the other lines can say. So it's a grudging acceptance that tram users use this line to do so.
Okay.
That being said, whoo boy, is this place a rusted piece of garbage.
Alright, finally didn't fucking roll a 1 on my perception check.
Kira's honed, combat-trained eyes stare across the station. It's almost eerie how much of a ghost town this place is. You would expect life here, but you find none. Just the rattlings of old, rusted metal, almost forgotten.
Well, can I tell if the lights are on with that roll?
You can tell with that no, the lights are not. However, you do hear Kira, an iridescent hum through your honed ears.
A hum.
Mm-hmm.
It's like something is powered.
Yeah. Perhaps an electrical source of some kind.
Alright.
Well, Owen puts the night vision goggles on his head. Not wearing them, but they're sitting up there ready to go.
One thing I'd want to do, I want to have done while we're driving here, I would have wanted to let Vargas know that I'm pursuing an investigation in this area.
Okay.
And while we're standing up there, I want to ready.
That was
You roboted.
Yeah, it was mostly robot. But I will address
Son of a bitch.
Kira's comment first. Is this through text or through call?
I'll give him a call, yeah.
This is Detective Hector Vargas.
Howdy, this is Detective Hartwood. I'm just giving you a courtesy call that I received a tip-off from an informant that some suspicious things might be in an abandoned subway tunnel in line, what was it, line B?
Mm-hmm.
B line, that's it. That might have produced cyber psychos like the Bay City slasher, and I'm gonna check it out.
Detective Hartwood, I need to remind you that that area is off limits, and that any further interaction with that area would be considered trespassing and persecutable to the highest court of the law. So, unofficially, this conversation may or may not happen depending on what you say next.
Oh, I was just checking, that's all.
Well, I can say that we do have a full force that is going to be surveying those areas on account of an anonymous tip that was just received very, very shortly. And that such persons would wish to remain anonymous. That being said, if something happened within those hours, I can't say that I'd be able to see that because I would have no prior knowledge of it.
Gotcha. All right. Great. Wonderful. Outstanding.
And
You're a cool dude, man.
Detective, make sure you're thorough. Also, I'm burning this phone. You understand.
Yep. Shit. Yep.
Uh-oh.
Click.
Yeah, it's about time we get new burners anyway. Next
Just so happens I have a shit ton on me.
time. Great. All right.
I go through phones like we go through bullets.
It's true.
It's pretty bad.
It really is.
You're pretty much the sole reason why, like, half of the wharf is just buried in cell parts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, anyways. That's what you
All
see
right.
currently. What would you like
Moving
to do?
right along.
Alrighty. The central entrance appears to be over here, which is an escalator that rises to the second floor.
It goes
Well-
up. It doesn't go down.
It goes
I thought you said it was a.
Yeah, it's a subway, but there's like an alcove that goes up where like all the where you can buy tickets and stuff, and that's locked. I mean, you've been to like a metro or something like that. What happens is that they raise it up to the second level, so that the actual subway is at ground level, just as a like payment protection system, because there's like barricades and whatnot that force you to use the metro card in order to go downstairs.
Okay, got it. Okay, well, we are going to blatantly ignore such safeguards, hopping the gates, and all that fun stuff. They're depowered anyway, right?
Yes, it appears that they're depowered to be closed. You can, however, mantle over the little divides between them. There's no like active security guards that you can see with your finely tuned combat awareness. And you can shuffle down into the black, so to speak.
I wanted to make sure that when we arrived here, I wanted you to be aware that I readied my bow and knocked an arrow right off the jump
Okay.
as well.
Cool.
That's when I roboted.
Okay,
Gotcha. Sounds good.
You do see that the flickering lights of the subway station as you descend down the escalator after you mount over it is enough to provide some luminescence. You do see a train stopped in the middle of the station. It's graffiti, it's covered in all sorts of graffiti. Gang throwbacks, independent graffiti artists. It's more paint than it is metal at this point.
Looking through my thermal scope, looking for heat signatures.
You find none. Except the dull roar of the engine over here.
The hell?
Oh, why is that on? Are these systems automated? Did they upgrade this before they abandon it?
Good question.
Ah. There you are. A sound flickers over the loudspeaker.
Oh boy.
Kira Hartwood. The boogeyman of the BCPD. The infamous shadow that hangs over this city. And the Midnight Rangers, independent contractors for hire. It's been so long since we've last talked. Though I can't say that the conversation was pleasant last time.
This sounds like what's his face, Craig, whatever it was.
Yeah. Chris. If you would,
You shot up my favorite bar.
and you interfered with more plans than you could ever imagine. So I think we can call it even.
It's not our fault that you make your plans fucking obvious.
In any case, I have prepared for you a tram if you wish to use it. It will bring you to the location that you've been contracted to take a look at. I would love to see you in person shortly. However, if you do wish to not take advantage of my hospitality, I suppose you could walk the trails yourself. I wouldn't recommend it, though. The electric rails can be quite dangerous.
I mean, just avoid the third rail, man. I know how a subway works.
Up to you.
Yeah, but like, what? Can I ask you a question? Why would you assume that we would want to get on a subway that you prepared for us after you tried to kill us several different times and failed spectacularly, mind you?
Because I would assume you would take this olive branch as a means to get to me faster. Since that seems
Or
to be
you
your-
could have strapped a bomb to the subway and wait until we get inside of it to blow us to fucking shit. What? Like, come on! What kind of fucking comic book supervillain shit is this, my guy?
You hear
He's got a point.
You hear a pause. Like I said, it's up to you. You can use it or you don't. I don't really care either way.
Unless you're in that car with us, I ain't getting in it.
Well, then that's the decision you've made.
How about you meet us over here and we'll all get in the car together, huh?
There's an awkward silence on the
I
other
love
side
that.
of the loudspeaker.
I would like to roll persuasion for that, actually. Can I retroactively roll for that?
Sure, go ahead.
Hey!
My current physical limitations prevent me from doing that.
What do you mean it's not wheelchair accessible?
God damn.
No, this man. Oh. Are you in the middle of an operation right now?
There's no answer.
Oh dear.
It took a lot
One
of
whispers
work.
over to Kira, "Hey, can you investigate this car while we keep chatting him up?"
Yeah,
Uh,
I'll take a look. See.
I'm gonna roll demos to check for
Mhm.
any of the potential places where someone would put a bomb to see if there is a bomb.
Sure, yeah.
Well, I was hoping our cyberware and tech expert here would also be able to identify any faulty wiring or, deliberate mishaps.
As far as Miss Hartwood can see, there's really no indication of any nefarious tampering. If anything, it seems like the wiring for the train was recently done with the intent to make it more efficient than less efficient.
Also,
and
that
exploding.
should be with a +8. I didn't add my tack to it.
Habit, you don't see any evidence of a bomb. However, you do notice that there are what appear to be machinations in addition as you look down at the bottom. Something is being operated via a gear shift mechanism that's not initially part of the original design.
I see. So this thing is remote controlled?
Rigged to do something, you're not sure.
Can I make a... Would this be an electronics or basic tech?
It's more mechanical than it is electronics, so I would say basic.
Okay. Oh, I could also roll land vehicle tech.
You could do that, yeah.
Ooh.
That'd be appropriate.
Yeah. Right.
What do we got? Ooh, 16. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, with the 16, you look at it and you realize that it appears to be, as you said, remote controlled. From where, you couldn't say. The wiring mechanism looks very ornate and complex, almost as if it's been predefined to do something.
So, as far as explosives go, this train is pretty clean. But it is being remote controlled.
I guess
see.
we figured that much.
A lot more than you had before.
I thinking about stepping in. I don't know about you guys, but
You think he's up to something that we can interrupt, don't you?
I think we can do this. He clearly wants us. I mean, this is gonna be a trap, sure, but I can't imagine what kind of horrors we may encounter along this trail, either. And unless we have a clear map of this subway, it'll take us a long time to get to where he is.
We
I'll
don't
tell
know
you
how
what,
far
Habit.
to go.
I'll get in that subway if you can rig something to keep the doors open in case we need to bail.
It's a good
I'd
idea.
rather break my
I like
arm
that.
at 60 miles an hour than die. So,
Right.
I want to break one of the doors.
I understand your sentiment. However, I assure you that if you were to leave the vehicle doors open, it would not operate due to the security failsafe mechanisms that are inside the tram.
Aren't you getting operated on? What happened to being quiet a minute ago?
I said I was not allowed. I said I'm physically incapable of meeting you at the station. I didn't say I wasn't otherwise fully capable.
All right. In that case, then, if something does happen, then I'll just fucking break the door down.
Alrighty. And with that, you step onto the train. The cold lighting makes it very hard to see at first.
we're on a subway train to go meet Krang from fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles over here.
The dingy lights make it very hard to see. However,
Thermoscope.
you do feel that you're able to traverse as it goes into motion. The real encumbrance is the narrow hallways that comprise the subway, as well as the opaque windows that stare outside of each coupling. If you've ever been on a subway, you know that it's just a bunch of conjoined things, a bunch of conjoined cabs that are united by sliding doors, and some of the doors are a little sticky, as it were. And with that, the vehicle is in motion.
Alright.
It
I don't like
accelerates.
anything about this.
It accelerates at a gradual speed until it starts going to full speed, about 100 kilometers an hour.
Holy but Jesus, this thing is fast.
That being said, mechanically, it's going to be a little hard to move on this thing without taking some balance checks, as it were.
Gotcha.
Acrobatics, we'll say.
This is
Or athletics.
basically kind of going bullet. Oh, well, not nearly, but close to bullet.
Yeah, one couple of steps down from a Shinkansen for sure.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you decided to take advantage of my hospitality. I assure you, I promise that you will enjoy the journey.
I'm sure. What kind of entertainment you have planned?
I have some things in mind.
Yeah.
I
are we
literally,
gonna-
Owen just takes a seat in one of the chairs because he is visibly irritated. we, we literally walk into a bear trap.
You know, do you have any? Do you at least have like Bahubali available? I love me some freaking Bollywood movies, man.
This is a public transportation system.
Well, you said you have entertainment planned.
Yes, not that type. I was thinking more along the lines of the tired and true primal survival system tapping of entertainment.
Lovely.
Right, you are so annoying. You have us in the metal tube. Just tell us that you're gonna try and kill us now.
I'm not trying to kill you.
Oh, yeah, sorry, you're not, but the fucking insane clown posse that you're about to drop on us will be, right?
Well, it depends.
Jesus Christ, this guy and his fucking monologues and platitudes.
He is a talker for someone so cybered up.
Yeah. All right. With that, you hear the creaking as the incandescent lights overhead kind of turn off.
All right,
I-
getting the shotgun
I yell-
ready.
I put my fucking glasses in my pocket and slap on the goggles, and I yell out, I swear to God, if we survive this, you owe me at least one punch to your face, asshole.
I'll let him get that on you. I won't even try to last hit on that one.
You won't try to steal his glory as you are wont to do.
No, I just really want to see his wimpy punches actually try to do damage against a cybered up dude.
And with that, as you stare, the smell as you walk through, the smell of deep copper hits your nose.
Ah,
Fuck.
the smell of cyber. Newly minted.
Indeed. You hear scraping. Well, Kira hears scraping in the distance. The metal wire of something being torn asunder.
He's one of those
Something's coming on.
werewolf types.
Ready my gun.
You think it's gonna be another one of those werewolves, like the one?
Actually, you know what? I'm
You
gonna
shot-
keep the AR up, not the shotgun.
Okay.
The AR is just too good.
You do have a shotgun under barrel that you're.
It is true.
to,
It is true.
So. All right, and with that, the scraping continues, presumably coming from this. Well, coming from this area, Kira,
Okay.
just off screen, as it were.
I walk up behind Kira and take a stance in the seating. I am gonna roll. Do I get any sort of bonus for having? Well, no, we're in individual cars, so it doesn't matter. Never mind.
I mean, if you want to use hearing, you do have your audio suite.
Yeah, but it's less of a hearing thing and more of a like. I was wondering if I get any sort of bonus for being able to see with the goggles.
You just don't get negatives.
Yeah, at this point, I would say it's more of a you get to see normally as opposed to being blinded.
Yeah, you just don't get penalties.
It was a good call on your part, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, green goes
Very
on,
good.
and you see what appears to be a faint object just outside the range of the night vision.
I imagine
Well-
we see some wherever the rest, whatever is flesh, we see warm, and then the rest it just kind of mixes in with
Well-
the background.
It
Well,
mi-
Kira definitely would.
It
Oh,
mixes
yeah.
in with the background.
I can just see a figure, so I'll take it though.
You see a spindly frame that's barely perceptible at the edge of your night vision. And you see it boop, vanish.
What?
Lovely.
Oh, fuck. He's got active camo.
Or something.
All right.
Or
Wait a
he's
minute.
just really fast. Maybe he has Kerenzikov. I could steal it from him.
Oh my god.
Wait, if he's using active camo, what?
What? No, there's no active camo, my dude. He's just really good.
All right. Well, Kira, did you see any meat parts?
Peering down my thermal visor.
Nope.
I don't see nothing.
Oh,
Keep your head on a swivel
can
and
do.
wait.
Get your swivel on ahead.
I roll perception with enhanced hearing to see if I could hear anything.
You hear the distant clang and bang of the wheels staying on the electric rail. Clearly, it's been way more optimized than the rails are able to contain. You do hear faint scratching coming from the distance.
Oh, he's definitely walking towards us, whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna take out my new rifle. I'm gonna pull back the hammer. And then I'm gonna walk forward
Okay.
into this new car.
The new car is pretty much like the old car. Row of dirty, poorly maintained seats interspersed with rails that you can hold on to, thick and metallic. Grungy. There's something caked on the side of the wall. Could be blood, could be something else. Hard to see with night vision.
Hey Zoob, really quick.
Mm-hmm.
I have a base evasion of 11.
Uh-huh.
And that's with my level plus my stat. Does that mean I can dodge bullets, or do I need the stat base to be 8?
Reflex 8.
Got it.
Yeah, doesn't that suck?
Yeah, pain. Curse you, Mike Pondsmith.
You right?
Get some heavy armor.
You could do that.
Get some heavy armor.
You could tool yourself up, absolutely. The scraping continues just outside the tram. Sounds like nails across chalkboard, but if those nails were metal.
Are any of these windows open at all?
They are opaque, almost painted black.
Yeah, painted over by the graffiti.
Got it. I take a step
And-
forward.
You know what? Let's get low, so anyone coming in through the windows won't be able to get us easily.
And I do that. I get low.
All right.
So they won't be able to attack us from the window.
At least they'd have to breach and then be able to attack us instead of fucking grabbing and swinging with their legs and kicking into us or whatever, you know?
Truth.
All right, I'm moving forward to the next cart.
Why are we proceeding? Okay.
I mean, it's up to Habit. Habit proceeds
Yep.
to the next car. New car, same as the old car. Very dingy. Disgusting. If you were, as a med tech, you're looking at this and you're like, man, sure would be nice if someone came in and applied basic Lysol to this.
If
Yeah, it's gross.
you.
The faint smell of copper and what appear to be old body odor fills the space.
Old body odor.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
Gross.
It's that no shower stink.
Ooh, extra
Oh,
vinegary.
No.
Yeah.
No, 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 no.
No.
Scrape, scrape, scrape. The scraping intensifies over in Kira's neck of the woods.
All right. I'm keeping my gun pointed in the direction of the noise.
I crawl my way over to Kira.
I think you will find our new prototypes to be up to standard.
Up to standard, you say?
We're quite impressed with their progress. Perhaps not enough
are
to...
so fucking annoying. You know that?
Christ.
I mean, he does tend to talk a lot, doesn't he?
He's a chatty Cathy, and my god.
As you say
Like,
that... As you
Go
say,
ahead.
As you say that, Owen, you see something puncture the ceiling right above your head.
Oh. Can I roll reflex and get out of the way?
You can roll me an opposed evasion check because it's not a bullet. It's a
Yeah, evasion. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
dex plus evasion.
And I'm using 3 luck. Oh, didn't even need it.
All right, reroll that. May be relevant. Who knows?
30.
30. With a 30, you're pretty sure that you could beat it. But let me take a look. Let me peruse to see what their abilities are. Okay, very good. Very good. We love to see it. Oh my god.
Oh.
Own, you barely managed to avoid this, like, very thin, almost bony metallic appendage just pierce the top of the cab as it shatters and tears through the metal like aluminum. And you dodge to the side, and this thing just smashes and penetrates the ceramic chair, shattering it into, like, 3 pieces.
Oh, damn.
Owen opens his mouth and then immediately holds his breath and goes on his agent and messages the gang, no noise.
All right. Do with that as you will.
I'm moving forward.
All right. If you wish to move quietly, that would be a stealth check on your part.
Okay. I will roll that.
I definitely want to make an argument on that stealth check, because aren't we in a moving, very loud subway car?
I would say that it'll give you a +1 circumstance bonus, sure.
I could understand me yelling at him. Like him hearing me with that.
Yeah. I'll give you +1 to this roll. That's fine.
Okay, cool.
We're all rolling stealth?
If
Rolling.
if you are moving and you want to move silently, that'll be a stealth roll.
I'm not moving. I'm waiting for this guy to show himself so I can shoot him.
Okay.
Right.
Habit, you feel like you are pretty good at covering your tracks. You move
Okay.
into the thing, and the grime is starting to really pick at your nose. There's a pungent, almost moldy smell that permeates these cabs. It's getting very ripe.
Okay. Is this also continuing to be room up here?
Yeah. There's a you see, well, you don't see because the windows have been painted over from the doors, so you're kind of taking a leap of faith every time you open this thing, but
Yep.
So I just wanted to move 1 space.
okay.
Do I do that quietly?
You do that as quietly as you think You did. Well,
All right.
I messaged Kira. Ready your gun. I have an idea.
I've been right.
And I put up a hand signal because I'm imagining you guys can see me through your night vision goggle. So I'm like basically hand signaling that I'm about to breach this door. To have eyes up.
Yep.
I hold my hand out in response to wait.
all right.
Hey asshole! Can you at least start being honest with us now? Like, we knew this was a death trap going into it, and you wouldn't just admit it. I know you can fucking hear me.
What is it that you want?
I'm just saying, are you at least gonna be honest with us now about, like, the whole situation we're going through here? Instead of trying to be like fucking Count Dracula this whole time? Being all like, ooh, I'm spooky and mysterious. Like, we knew you were gonna try and kill us as soon as we got on this fucking thing.
And yet you.
And you were just like, oh, I'm being hospitable. Ha ha ha. Like, bro, what the fuck? Who are you trying to fool?
I think this is more with. I think this is well within your capabilities to handle.
I'm sure
No,
it
that's
is.
not. Oh, Jesus Christ, this guy. You are just the most insufferable person. I'm gonna beat you with your own fedora when I see you.
Oh my god.
To be honest, and I'm like typing this. Actually, I'm gonna say this out loud because he's already yelling anyway. To be honest, like if I also were backed by an evil organization, of bad people, and had lots of money, I think this is the only way I would find joy in life.
As you say that very existential thing,
Oh my god.
this robot comes down. Its appendages are 6 to 8, and they're all that spiky metallic foot that Owen just saw almost cave in his skull.
Aha.
Oh.
Hey, it worked.
Boom.
You did it. You've
It's time to blow it off.
You antagonized
So-
the big bad evil guy for the section.
You sure did.
For what it's worth, I did tell Kira to ready her gun, and she did
Yep.
say she readied it because we
Yep.
did. I figured that this idiot was either gonna attack me or show himself. Does that count as a ready action? Does Kira get to fire the shot?
No.
You get to roll me initiative. That's what you get to do.
And there you go.
Oh.
Hey, you avoided getting stealth killed, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
You right.
And
Dude. 13. Okay.
Wait, there's two of these fuckers?
Don't worry about it.
spoilers.
Don't worry about it. Sometimes I need to have a placeholder, okay?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Look at me.
Uh-huh.
Look at me, Angel. Look at me. Look at me.
Let's see here. My.
You are the captain now.
Sometimes I gotta do things behind the scenes, okay? You can trust me on this. It's okay.
Oh, I'm sure.
Don't worry about this. This is no.
Don't worry about
This
it.
is now Croc ASMR.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Enjoy the imminent demise that falls upon the battlefield, as you get properly fucked by these things.
You're so mean. This is ASMR hour. I'm about to blow this fucking thing's head off.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'd say. Kira, it's your turn.
So Kira does get the ready action.
Yeah. Sometimes life works out.
So I'm adding 16 to the roll now because I increased my shoulder arm skill.
Groovy. I don't think you can fail unless you get a 1, so we'll see.
I
What
can't
happens.
fail even with a 1 if I'm using a shotgun.
Botch protection.
Yep.
All right, what do you got loaded in that underbarrel of yours? I'm assuming. You're using
Sounds like a slug to me.
All right, slug away.
I imagine a tiny metal fist is gonna come flying. Oh my god!
Yeah, you hit.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, that's a 34. You sure that hits?
I mean, I'm no scientist, but I'm pretty sure that mathematically.
Slug is
works out.
5d6, right?
It does. It is 5d6.
Yeah, I thought so. Oi.
Allocating schemes merciless retribution.
Oi.
Oh my
Ooh.
god. 27
Holy
points of damage.
I love
And an
it.
8.
And an 8. What is that? That's not foreign object. Foreign object is 7.
Seven.
No,
I
that's
know
the
that.
other everyone's other favorite
Oh
spinal
no, it's
injury.
the broken leg.
Oh, is it?
He stuck his leg and tried to spear you, and I blow it off.
You basically
With the slug.
You basically eight-legged freaks it. Like it comes down to like stab on you, you just blow it off and like nah, bro, I'm not about
Nah,
that
bruh.
life.
Not about that life.
Fucking
I'm gonna-
Kira Schwarzenegger over here.
That's why they call it
Who
Bruce
is about
McLean.
that life?
It's Nortzeshager.
Nort's a shaker.
Oh god, that kills me.
And Andy Nortishager.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That's so fucking cursed.
that's so ratchet.
I'm not gonna move because I gotta keep myself in between it and Own. I don't want Own getting stabby. But Habit will indeed hear the loud report of the shotgun go through the entire subway.
Oh, absolutely, I did.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you're.
I heard it.
Your ears are probably like moderately ringing right now, unless you have some kind of noise
Right,
protection.
because you're shooting a shotgun.
Yeah, enclosed indoor space. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
It's this lad's turn. He doesn't like the fact that you blew off his leg.
I mean, it's still there. It's just,
It's broken.
you know,
Not
disadvantaged.
Well, I mean, if he has
Well-
the cyber tech, he could just fix it himself.
It's true. He may have it.
Hime? It's got an Ojo-sama
Hime?
laugh. It's a Hime.
If I hit you, I'm gonna Ojo-sama laugh. So, you be ready for that.
Go for it.
An appendage flies towards you. You're not sure if an arm or a leg because they all look pointy.
Okay.
Let's see.
Oh,
Kira's gonna blow that one off too.
Well, if you can beat a 5, you win.
I think I beat a 5, guys.
Burgers and fries.
Kira.
Oh
Nice.
my
One.
god.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, babe. Oh yeah, babe.
2 flying appendages swing at you and just hit darkness.
Okay. Nice.
And the machine all of a sudden feels an overwhelming own-like sadness take over it.
Speaking of sadness, Own, you hear another ripping and tearing of the ceiling as you look up
Doomslayer intensifies.
and you see an appendage fly through your ceiling and potentially hit
What?
you. Perhaps you
Oh,
should
do I have to
evade.
roll
Perhaps you should evade
reflex?
this. Indeed.
You might have to roll
Or evasion?
Dex
evasion.
Yeah, Dex
Who?
evasion.
Oh, Dex evasion? Oh, I just rolled
Yeah.
evasion.
Yeah, it's dex evasion.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I beat it.
You have
Then yeah.
as it falls down, another similarly horrific robotic abomination lands in front of you and proceeds to swing wildly in your general direction once more.
Porque?
Ah!
Wow. Own surprisingly on point as he matrix dodges out of the way of these things. Habit, it's your turn.
Oh my god.
You do hear, you can't see because the paneling is opaque, but
Yeah.
you do hear like scraping, scratching in a shotgun blast.
Okay.
And tackling as he dodges.
Well, you definitely heard the scrape, bang, for sure.
Okay. So, gosh. Yeah, because of the way this is, I can't shoot from. I don't have an angle on it, guys, right now, right?
No, it effectively has cover against you because of the doors.
Yeah, because of the doors. Alrighty, I'm gonna move to this door, and I'm gonna.
The door opens, and you see a mechanical aberration, robotic, and full of pointy ends that are trying to be inserted into Owen's body, as well as Kira, who's dealing with a similar situation.
He gracefully pirouettes out of each and every one of them.
Fucking love that.
I'm going to do an aimed shot with a brawling.
Okay. Weird flex.
Yes.
That's -8 versus my evasion.
8 -2, and I'm gonna put my luck in it, actually.
Oh, did I do that wrong? Yes, I did. -3 from that roll, so that'd be a 19.
Welcome to Applebee's Got Burgers. We're just an extra buck.
Alright, let's see what I go.
Ooh.
Wow.
well,
The tens are
we'll
flopping
see.
right now.
Yeah, roll
Roll that beautiful beat footage.
Yeah, roll
Let's
that 10
see.
again.
Yeah, babe.
Yeah, baby.
Oh my God.
Let's fucking go!
46 to the head plus 5.
Times 2.
Actually, no, it's times 2. Oh yeah.
Times
You just
2.
doubled the damage.
You're about to rock and stop a robot.
I hope he's worn a head armor, because otherwise.
I mean, everything looks pretty armored on this thing.
Okay, cool.
But you do
Head on.
You do hit it, so what's that?
46 times 2.
Mhm.
Gotcha. And that's just the first hit.
Yep, sure is.
And he gets a crit injury though, right?
Oh my God.
Because it's an aim shot to the head. He gets like an. Or no, you don't. You have to actually hit crit. Never mind. But I did damage. I did 38 damage.
You smash this thing, and you see like pretty much it's the thing you could construe as a head is almost off its mechanical neck. If you want to roll again because you get 2 hits, right?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna also do another aim shot.
Okay.
But this time it's not gonna be as great. This one I have no luck, so I just have to roll with what I have. I just want to see it.
Heaven forbid. Ouch.
Oh, missed.
Missed. It's only because your second fist didn't compensate for the fact that you almost like one-hit KO'd this thing.
Superman punch.
It is your turn. Yeah, your boy's looking not well.
So, feeling inspired by One Punch Man as he ran into the subway. I am so. What is the how do you punch? Like, what's the thing for that? Is it just calling a punch, or is it like brawling?
Dex
Brawling.
Okay, so brawling, and then an aim shot is -5.
-8.
-8.
-8. Oof.
Mhm.
Fuck it.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
He's lucky I'm wearing heavy armor, otherwise. Well, maybe not so much, but still. It does help him a little bit.
Remember the time you went on a haunted hayride and you just knocked the heck out of a scarecrow?
Oops.
Just Conor McGregor left hooked like his head clean off.
hell yeah. So that is and Fuck it. I'll just shoot him with an armor or with a tungsten arrow.
All right.
Tungsten arrow.
At this range, it would be 15, which unfortunately does not.
Damn it.
It is quite difficult to do CQC with a bow and arrow.
Yeah. I had it readied.
Kira, 'tis your turn.
Oh, and I do take a
Unless you
step
move.
back. Sorry.
Okay, cool.
All right. Well,
Now it is your turn.
yeah. Okay. I like this. Hello, shotgun. Same target as before.
Okay.
Does an 18 hit?
I would hit at this range, yes.
That's lovely.
And yeah. Not so good this time.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting damage.
Yeah,
It's okay.
not great. All right, so you do manage to puncture into its metallic chassis. Okay. It looks significantly less rocked by that one. You do hear squelching metal.
Let's see. I did break its leg,
You
but I
do.
am kind of confused why Owen is continuing to be right next to it.
Well, it was either get next to this one or stay next to the other one. So, like, where am I gonna go?
Past
We're
fucking
in-
habit.
That's
Just saying.
Have you seen Habit?
You can
Habit
move.
is the
can
size
move.
of the door.
You can move through other people's squares, just not enemies, and you can't end in them.
Oh,
that's it.
well, his Donkey Kong-sized arms intimidated me into the other corner. All right,
Yeah,
I don't know what you want me to
okay.
tell you.
It's really
I
hard.
can't protect you if you throw yourself into danger.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
It's just Habit's raw masculinity can be intimidating for some people. That's all.
All right, I'm gonna end
It
my turn
really
without
is.
moving because, you know, whatever.
This broken mass of wires attempts to stab at thee, Kira. However, it does appear to be quite hampered by your recent.
I mean, what are the odds I roll more tens?
What are the odds?
As likely as the first time, I guess.
Indeed. Swings over at Own.
Oh, at Own. Okay.
Yeah. As it,
Oh,
I mean, it's everyone is in its area right now, minus Habit.
oh no!
It finds purchase in your supple, succulent flesh. As this,
Mm.
Why'd you make that noise? That was weird.
we
Hit me, Geyser Daddy.
12 damage as this thing pierces your armor with its horrible
Oh
metal
no!
hook thing.
I took one damage. Woo!
And your armor blades.
Your armor does.
Yeah.
bleed. You do see a very wide gash on your Kevlar as you notice your armor goes down by 2 as opposed to 1.
In my Kevlar? You mean it opened up my skin? I don't understand how that works.
It's well, you ever slash a knife through Kevlar, you get cuts because it's not designed for that. So that's what's happening.
Well, yeah, but my armor is the subdermal.
Oh, it's subder. Oh, right. Well, you do see a superficial wound on your chest for sure.
Ooh. Ooh.
This lad, this strapping young boy, goes over and tries to.
Not rock 'em, sock 'em, fucked up.
It's like
His bell got wrong.
it's it's attempting to strike Habit with its last breath, which is a poor choice of words given the fact that it's a robot.
All right. Cool.
That's an 11 to beat, Chief.
Alright, cool enough.
Can you be an 11?
Should be able to.
Looks like you do.
Its tendrils swing wildly. Once more. Perhaps it finds purchase this time. 17.
Wait, why is Habit -2?
Wearing
Armor.
heavy armor.
He's wearing heavy
Oh.
minus dose to all actions.
Alright.
Does find purchase. In your...
See how much damage he do.
I don't know, we'll find out.
What that damage do?
Oh,
A
he
bit.
did! He renders through! God damn it. Ah, that 1 point.
Wide gash appears in your medium armor jack. And
Oh,
you-
it's heavy armor, Jack.
Oh, heavy armor jack. As you find to your horror that it appears to be way more effective at piercing armor than most other things. In fact, it might be
damn.
considered armor piercing.
God damn.
What does that mean? Does that mean it can pierce armor?
I don't know. I mean, I guess contextually it would make sense if it did.
I use armor piercing. This allows me to draw 2 armor piercings from my deck.
Habit, it's your turn.
Uh,
Punch it.
Oh no, I'm gonna continue on this train of punching it.
Okay.
And
It's a good thing you
but this
reinforced it
time
first.
I'm just gonna do a martial arts.
A martial arts.
Yeah,
what
a
kind
martial
of martial
arts.
arts?
This is gonna be a oh, what was this chip again? Let me see. Aikido.
Okay. What are you doing with that Aikido?
Aikido do. I'm going to I'm gonna punch him. I gotta punch.
I'm going to punch him with a throwing art.
Yeah, that's how that works. I have to do a martial arts attack and then a brawling attack to do anything. So I gotta.
Okay.
I
Roll, I guess.
yeah. I'll try rolling.
I judo punch him. Like what?
Yeah, I know. It's funny, but that's just the way the system works. Oh.
Yeah, well,
Oh wait, it hits.
it does hit.
And it's a martial arts, so it ignores half armor.
Yep.
And then I do a 46 because yep. Oh, that's not gonna
He
help.
sure does do 46. Glad we established that.
Very cool. All right. 15 ignores half armor.
Your weird Aikido punch finds purchase in your anime death sequence, please.
You judo rip off his head.
The way that I see it is that he went for the attack, right?
Yeah.
And what I did is in the Aikido factions, rather than catching him and throwing him, I kind of like catch and then just do a counter punch.
Oh, you like Wing Chun arm trap, the weird.
Kind of, yeah. So it's like as soon as he like hit me, I kind of like grabbed him, but then I just punched him straight. Yeah.
And his
Definitely.
Head, and the rest of its head comes clean off.
Yeah. There you go.
And then in the background somewhere you hear the intro music for season 1 of One Punch Man. One Punch!
I still have another action apparently, right?
You do have a move action. I think you just used up that action to wreck that thing's life.
No. I did one I did one martial arts. I have it's rough too.
Oh, right. Yeah, you do have one more attack.
I move forward and I can attack him.
Sure,
Right.
why not?
Yeah. And I'm gonna do the same thing to him.
wreck him.
Actually, hold on. What I'm going to do actually,
Uh-huh.
I gotta. I wish there was like a cheat sheet for martial arts, cause gosh darn it.
Did I not?
Cause I know I have to do something and something to get something happen.
You have to if you know the same thing I do, you have to hit with a brawling attack and then a martial arts attack,
Mhm.
and then you can disarm them.
Okay, so that's the one. It's the disarm, but
That's a judo thing. Oh yeah, no, that's an aikido thing. You're right.
Yeah. Right.
You're like striking.
Aikido.
I see what it's trying to do. You're like striking the wrist and then you're readjusting the arm to drop.
Yeah, exactly. So, oh, but it's the same target. This is a different target, so it wouldn't count. That's fine. I'm just gonna do
Also, it's also once per turn. So.
Yes, it's once per turn. But I mean, like, I didn't do a disarming combination. You just have to hit with a brawling in it, and then martial arts in the one turn, and then it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Then I roll the martial arts CV. Okay, so I'm just gonna go and punch him with that same martial arts attack.
Okay.
11.
11.
Does it
tie
dodge?
goes to the defender.
Oh yeah. All right. I missed.
All right. Owen, it is now your turn.
I move over here
Okay.
Over here.
and I shoot
Over there. You
Over
fight
there.
at the man.
with an arrow.
Either armor piercing.
All right. You pierce armor. That would
And what was it? I think arrows are. Let me check.
Aren't they
4d6.
They should be
Yeah.
6, yeah.
Yeah. But you ablate by twice 2
Yeah.
times.
You do ablate by 2.
So
12 damage.
And I pick up the other arrow that I shot earlier and shoot it back at this guy.
All right. It does.
is the arrow broth too? No.
The arrow sticks
Huh?
inside his chassis. However, it's still up.
Yay!
Kira, 'tis your turn.
Oh.
Sick,
Oh.
nasty.
Though it is hard to construe the anatomy of a robot, you feel like you are gaining the momentum in this battle.
I think my underbarrel barrel only carries 2 shots.
Mhm.
Do believe so, yes.
Yes.
So,
It's an over-under situation.
yeah. Alright. In that case, I'm gonna try and
Martial
headbutt
arts
it.
attack it.
You're gonna
Yeah.
headbutt it?
Yeah, why not?
Martial arts attack it.
Yeah, that's a martial arts.
Yeah, I guess technically. Go ahead.
It is an art of martialness.
Headbutt the back of the arrow that's logged in his chest.
Look at there's Jean-Claude Van Damme here.
All right. Kira's got it.
I
Most
I can't believe this is happening. I do 3d6 with my body, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yes.
You're 10, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. You gotta do body 12 plus to get 46.
Body 12 to hit like a 44.
Okay.
Kira,
Ignores half armor.
your vision does wobble a little bit because you just headbutt a machine. However, you do feel that you've done some purchase to this thing.
I mean, it is a martial arts attack, so half goes right through the armor without having to
Indeed.
worry about it,
Yeah.
which is nice.
Ignores half armor. Yeah.
All right.
All right. You got one more.
I do got one more.
Yeah.
This
Do
one.
it. Do
I-
it.
So the first headbutt comes, I'm like, fuck, and then I'm just gonna swing the back end of the gun up with the force of a
Thousand Suns.
like an uppercut sort of thing.
Okay.
Also, is this gonna be brawling? Are you gonna do disarming combination?
He's not carrying any weapons. He is the weapon.
Got it.
And he
Yeah,
has multiple arms.
He does. He is the weapon, as Kira
He
said.
is the weapon.
It's just not worth it.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. Roll me. You hit. Your gun
Very
butt
good.
finds purchase. We'll just keep using the body.
All right, and another 9.
Okay. Your AUG kind of wobbles a little bit because, you know, not using it for its intended purpose. But it does find purchase.
It's okay. I clicked the safety on as I did it.
Okay, that's good because otherwise, Well, I mean, if you failed, I would have had you roll for misfire, but yeah, cool. Doesn't look great.
Okay. All right, that's neat. I like that. And
It's now Leggy Boy.
Leggy boy.
Leggy Boy.
What is Leggy boy doing?
Leggy Boy's doing this. Shuffling over and smashing Kira, because of course he is. It's hurt. There we go. 16 to dodge. For you.
okay.
Oh.
Yes. Finding
It
purchase
finds-
in your delicious human flesh.
Mm-hmm. No. Oh wait, yeah. That's one. That's 12. That beats light.
Yeah. It
Ah.
a stabby protuberance hits Kira's armor. And
Yep.
to her horror, she sees that it is armor piercing. We've gone through this before.
It's what?
Yeah, pierces armor.
It pierces. What does that mean?
Oh my god, not this again.
You brought this upon yourself.
Honestly, you really did.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm trying to get into the spirit of things.
I'm into it too. That's why I'm joking.
My mojo is offset because this was supposed to be the Halloween special, but we didn't have a Halloween special, so now we're doing the Halloween special
Aw,
in
don't
November.
worry.
Now we're at Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween is all year round if you believe hard enough. That's
Yeah,
my
I-
Goddamn right.
I believe that.
But yes, it does find purchase. The second one, a horrific protuberance, once again pierces through the night and smashes probably into Kira. Wow, that's a third.
Double tens.
30.
That sounds pretty high.
The overwhelming sense of despair you feel in these disgusting mold-ridden subway trams
Ooh.
catches
Ooh.
up with you as it smashes once again into your skin through your armor jack and does another 14 points of damage.
Damn, that armor's not looking good.
Yeah, it looks pretty tattered
kinda-
right now.
That's something.
That is Leggy Boy's turn. Habit. It is your turn.
I'm gonna move over here.
Mhm.
Actually, hold on. No, he did the bad thing.
Alligator
yes.
suffers meme regret.
Oh gosh, to get 51 meters.
It's gonna
so
be a
far
full
away.
round action, yeah, I'd say.
Yeah. 'Cause what is it? It's. Gosh, I'm trying to look at the table again.
Dude, it's got 2 HP. Just punch it.
You could.
Yeah, it just got 2 HP, I'm sure. Okay, so I could just be 13 to 26. 25.
Some
Hit the
days,
other one.
some days you just accept the flatness into your heart. Today might be one of those days.
Yeah,
This
I'm
poor
gonna.
robot.
Alright. Cool. At least I'm at 13 to 26, I think.
Yep, you sure are.
Yeah.
The cab buckles as the train readjusts itself on the line. I will have you make a athletics check.
Alright, I will do that.
Oh god! Oh god, that scared the shit out of me. Thank you. Thank you so much for the gift subs. I appreciate it.
Oh boy, 13 minus 2.
I really need to change. Thank you again. I appreciate it.
No!
Wow, just in time for imminent failure. Habit,
Fuck.
you explode. You are knocked silly by the sudden jolt of the train, and you fall prone to the floor.
No!
What were you doing?
I was backing up so I could fire. Like,
Oh,
actually
okay.
use my gun and get a good DV.
Yeah.
Cool.
I want to, I have a +1 gun.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the gift subs.
Well, now I'm prone.
Just in time for Habit to fall flat on his ass.
Yep.
The good news is that you can still fire, as far as I can tell, in a prone position. You just can't move until you get up. So, I suppose you can still make a shot.
That...
Huh?
I thought when you were prone, you just have to get up.
You can't move. I know that for sure. You cannot move.
Oh,
until
yeah,
you
yeah. Leaves them prone, unable to use their move action until they use... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Indeed.
I can't move, but I can fire from here.
Yep.
Okay.
Nothing says you can. Otherwise, snipers, flat belly snipers would be pretty useless in this world.
Yeah. All right. So then I'm going. I guess I still have an action. I can fire.
You could, yes.
So I'm gonna do that.
Hopefully, you don't roll another one.
Yeah.
Be quite
Hopefully,
unfortunate.
we'll see. It would be. It would be. All right. So now I have to do 14 plus -2 plus 1 because excellent quality.
I wonder if I can give incentives for gift subs. Like, maybe I'll give you a random boon or something like that.
Nice. 22. That definitely hits.
It does hit, and it finds purchase. Roll me damage.
Right. That is a 5d6. What? No, I didn't ask you to do that.
No one asked for this. No one asked for this, Angel.
Yeah, my computer's doing some weird shit. Alright. 16.
Look, we always have to maintain the balance of failure in this channel. Okay?
Mhm.
Everything perfectly balanced. 16.
Yeah.
Yes, that.
With armor piercing. Yep.
And with that, what is your anime death sequence as you once again steal someone else's kill?
So you see me like I trip, right? And as I'm tripping, like I land on my ass, gun like pointed forward. I hit the trigger. It's a hair trigger because it's a really nice gun, so of course it's gonna have a hair trigger.
Yeah.
And it just fires the gun. I fire the bullet and it just happens to like go right between right by the side of Kira's head into the into the robots.
Yeah. And the chassis explodes, leaving circuitry all over the floor. It'd be gross if it was a person. Thank goodness it's a robot.
Robot.
It is the robot.
Well, it was the robot.
Oh my gosh, I'm just like whoop. Sorry about that, guy. Almost shot Kira.
I'm fine. Thanks for
To the
asking.
best of us.
I give up.
Alright. You get up.
I go to pick up my armor-piercing arrow
And
from its chest cavity.
And with that, the train decelerates, slowly but surely, before it finally stops. And the doors open.
Alright, I get out the door.
Alright, you get out the door as I turn the page.
Ooh!
Here I go again. On
Here
the
we go
road
again.
again.
You find yourself in a weird makeshift...
Here I am.
You find yourself in a makeshift lab. Made out of what appears to be a security room? But instead of the CCTV cameras and whatnot you would expect on this desk, you find pharmaceuticals and other accoutrements. Oh, that's double Kira. We don't need double Kira.
Double kiddo!
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Cute.
A mess of...
I rolled perception.
Indeed. A mess of green and other strange liquids stain the floor, the hardwood floor of this area.
Heartwood, you said?
The hardwood floor.
Only
Wood.
the hardest of wood floors.
Yeah.
Hard. Wood.
You fall. You see, at about like disheveled papers and vials and things of that nature. Just fill the space.
Anything I recognize?
I am perceiving.
If you roll me pharmaceutical, I'll tell you what you see.
Ooh, pharmacy.
We'll go with Kira's first. Kira notices immediately on the side there appears to be. I try to move. Let me zone out a little bit. There we go. Cool, perfect. You see on the side some horrible circuitous mass of wires that is being inserted into a human skull.
Oh, I don't like that.
The skull itself has been modified tremendously, almost to the point where it's almost unrecognizable as a human being. And you see and you see its eyes kind of light. Ah, you finally made it.
The hell is this?
How rude. I would say, who is this?
In a moment of almost serendipitous dong energy,
Class A controlled substances, by the way, have it.
Okay.
The grenade launcher that is inside of my battle glove arms itself as Own points it directly at the skull.
That's a natural response, given the circumstances. Its eyes dim as its mouth slowly lolls open to speak.
Really?
Its voice choppy as it tries to use its synthesizer.
The grenade launcher retracts back into the arm, and Own walks directly up to the skull.
Okay.
And I am going to roll. Where is it? Brawling with all of my luck.
Okay. I mean, it's a stationary object.
I just wanted to make sure I hit it, because I'm not a brawler.
You find purchase in the stationary skull on the wall. Its line of wires protrudes out from its cranium.
What is? I don't know what the damage is for brawling.
It's whatever your body score is. What's your body score?
8.
If you look up at the table under unarmed strike damage that I've handily put to you, you can look at the 7 to 10 block, which is 3d6 for you.
Thick.
You punch this thing heartily as its skull bounces back and forth on tethered wires. I suppose that was called for.
Called for? You owed me that one. Remember? I said if we survive the subway, I get to slug you in the face.
Yes, quite. Its viscera drips from its mouth. Though I would enlighten you of the fact that if anything should happen to me, this place is wired to explode.
You can, with an excessive amount of sarcasm dripping from his voice. Well, color me surprised. Fucking ass.
Man's gotta have his contingency plans after all.
A man is annoying as shit.
I'm gonna go and start putting my hands on this thing and trying to see where this
antagonist
where
walks up and very sensually slides his finger into the skull's mouth.
I'm gonna be checking. I want to use demo to check to see how the explosive is rigged.
Okay. I'm waiting on your roll as Kira patrols the area.
Oof.
Alright. You look at
Nice.
it, and you don't see any discernible signs of explosions. That doesn't necessarily mean that it isn't wired in some way that you can't see.
Yeah. That's true. Oof.
I mean-
I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like looking to see if there's like some kind of like
Hmm.
special line, and I just can't. I'm like, god damn.
Yeah. There seems to be a bunch of like weird wires that are attached to its central brain. You assume it's just a head mounted to a wall for some horrific reason.
All right, Krang, what do you want?
It's not what I want, it's what you want. You came here on your own accord to find me, I assume.
Well, let me ask you this before we continue our little song and dance here. Are you done with the pomp and circumstance and bullshit? Like, can we just be honest now?
I've been honest, aside from the little trap, which you concluded anyways.
All right, hey, I'm just trying to make sure we can level with each other.
Insofar as a disembodied skull can level with anyone, he says, like a good 3 feet up from your height. You kind of punch
So,
upwards.
like- Oh yeah, no, that's how Owen does it. He prefers punching up. Punching down is for losers. Thank you, Habit.
Are you
Anyway.
CB2?
Yes. Well, what's left of me, anyways.
Wait, what happened to the rest of you?
Yeah, you used to have a really nice body.
That was a proxy.
Oh,
Proxy? You mean that amalgamation of nice top of the line was just a proxy?
Yes. I find the...
where is the...
Where is what?
My apologies. Go ahead. No. You find the what?
You'll find that the technology that's currently keeping me alive to be fascinating for anyone that has some propensity for modern science.
I mean, I don't, but I definitely know a guy.
Can I roll, make a cybertech roll?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Do it.
How incredible is his body?
It's a real marvel. It seems like the organs and whatnot have been almost fully synthesized. He is fully Borg, as it were.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like synthetic heart, which you presume is somewhere in this wall. The organs, entrails, whatever, are strewn about the room in horrific color that has been remodulated to be cybernetics. You see that the only thing that's left that's really Gannic is his skull, which has been, mussed over with some sort of armor jack protection. And the wires
So,
is it's a whole biosystem designed to, 1, keep him sustained, and 2, as you look down and a sudden chill rises up the back of your still organic spine, wired to what appears to be a computer matrix that is showing all sorts of vitals and whatnot.
This is some other level. This is not. You've gone off the deep end, my friend. Like, you've gone off the way past cool part of cybernetics into the
Way past.
freaky dicky like science bit.
It wasn't.
Like,
Yeah.
this ain't cool at all.
No, it wasn't. And it wasn't by my hand. It was not my choice.
I mean, who would want to live this way?
He says, eyes distant, what's left of his eyes, stare upwards at the ceiling. I couldn't fathom who would like to live like this.
What the?
So you didn't choose to be hardwired into an abandoned subway? Like, I don't understand why you would... Like, why this was the option here. This is...
Would you? I'm
Well-
here to keep the systems alive, though I don't know why.
Then why send your creepy doppelganger after us?
It was the only way to get your attention, because the only things you understand I see are violence.
Well, yeah,
That's not true.
I mean, pretty much true.
Hey,
But
hey, I have done plenty of deals and negotiations without resulting to violence. There was one time I shot a guy in the head because you guys cut the power and I got scared.
okay, all right, I'll take that. But in any case, then why destroy the Einherjar? Why do any of this if you just want our attention, and rather than actually just letting, going through the way we normally do? What is it that you want from us?
Click on the panel on the right. Bottom right corner, please.
Okay.
Alright, you do that?
Yeah.
Now she can't hear us. The system will reboot in 5 minutes. At that point, if you're still here, I cannot account for your safety. But I can say that now we can speak even more candidly.
Alright, what's up?
I didn't choose to strike the Einherjar. That was her orders.
But
had
that was
no
your
choice.
body.
Oh, great.
In a matter of speaking, yes, he says. Remember when I said you would find my anatomy fascinating?
Yeah.
Huh.
Do you know what the point behind Ratatoskr is?
No.
From what I can take it seems to be a way to make humans into straight up machines.
You're
Full Borg.
You're close. It's a method
Compliant.
It's a method of interfacing with other people in order to make them proxies.
She wants a proxy war?
She wants an army of thinking, unfeeling soldiers that she can control with a remote.
So that way she can put the pretense that she's still in a freaking prison and be able to also act out.
Do you know what the downfall of El Chapo was?
What was the downfall? I don't know who this El Chapo.
Colombian cartel member owned pretty much all of Colombia at one point. It was the infighting. It was his tenuous deals with other cartel families outside his own, as the seeds of distrust were sown between them. At one time, he held the entire country hostage, to the point where he elected himself president of his own country.
Oh dear.
In very real parallels, Cookbook was very close to that same status in Bay City and much of the new USA. Almost.
New USA.
She almost got there. Bay City was going to be her starting. Utilizing the technology that she found in the Hartwood Company in order to fund their military projects. She managed to pull some strings and to get what you see in front of you at discrete locations using corporate funding, ostensibly for a new breakthrough pharmaceutical series of products.
Okay. That does align.
More importantly, how can we help you?
He looks and sighs. I've been doing this for far too long. Far too long. At her beck and whim over the course of the decade, I've been her lapdog. I've been her assassin. I've been her consultant. I've been the closest thing that she could consider a friend. But Cookbook doesn't think like you or I. She has no ability.
Allegiance.
Yeah. She has no element of compassion within her. It died a long time ago.
Oh, that is apparent.
Very much so.
So she, without your consent, put you in this thing, in this state.
I asked you, through my proxy, what you would do for family. You have my answer now.
Your siblings.
Cookbook threatened that my whole family would be
Ah.
annihilated. And I would be forced to watch the tape if I didn't do what she said.
All right. I mean, that's so we're all on the same page with how much she sucks, but that still doesn't answer the question of what can we do to help you at this point.
In 3 minutes and 30 seconds, I'm assuming an armed task force, given a quote-unquote objective of neutralizing domestic terrorists, will be deployed at this location.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I presume they will come in and secure the area. I don't want to be a part of that. I would like very much to be taken offline.
But if we kill you, the whole place explodes.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give us
There-
a bone. I can't disable this system.
In about, well, the life support systems check every 5 minutes. If you do it through the console, it'll give you some leeway to escape.
So you just want to die?
Do you want to live like this? Look at me.
I mean, you're right, but I also know a guy who would be very interested in trying to help you out of your situation.
I think that guy is a good guy.
I mean, I never said he was good, but this would be right up his alley. This is...
I think, honestly, as a person who's seen many, many horrible things and experiments done with this in the military sector, we should honor his wishes.
Fair enough.
3 minutes.
Me- So, I'll tell you what, CB2, or if you have a preferred name, feel free. Can you give us data?
Enclosed in,
Discreetly?
enclosed in the consoles must be some logs that you kept. At least preliminary logs to keep track of all her movements in this area.
Is this the console over here?
It was down here.
Alright. Well, I head over to it.
I don't know how much you can pull out of it, but there is a shard slot.
Habit, you want to give me a hand?
I can see. Can give it a shot. Alright. I'm gonna
Are
go
we gonna
over
be able
here.
to take the train back once we do it?
End task. That's how it works in the real world. You just control alt delete reality.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna roll
It's basic science.
electronics cyber.
Mhm.
I have no luck. I blew that a while ago. Nice.
Damn.
Let's see if I can. That's fair enough. 23.
Okay. You manage to patch into the console and pull some files out of the main desktop in quotation marks. through a data shard you have around. They're pretty incidental to find. And it says 2 minutes to completion. 2 minutes.
Oh boy.
Yeah, 2 minutes 15 seconds. He says, in a robotic tone.
It's gonna be pretty close.
All right. I got the data.
In 2 minutes, you will. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 minutes. Fuck. And then you're gonna set up the explosion, or is that also something we're gonna have to?
The explosion is triggered via biomon. If anything happens to me, if I cease brain function, that's when the explosives trigger.
So basically, we shoot you in the head and run as fast as we can.
That is a method of doing it, yeah.
Huh.
Okay.
Well,
I feel bad for punching you in the head now, so my apologies on that. But how about this? You just bite down on this here grenade, and we'll mosey on out.
you want to use an explosive to kill a guy that will set off explosives.
Yes.
Well,
What if those trigger the explosives the moment the grenade goes off?
yeah, that would lower the timeline quite a bit.
Yeah, but it would be on his timing. So he would have it in his mouth, and
And then he would just, let go of the trigger, just open his mouth.
yeah.
1 minute 30
And then-
seconds.
And then sweet release, and we take the bus out of here.
Yeah, I guess he could be the trigger. But if he just decides to open his mouth, it'll just blow up, so. Alright. Anything else you want to say before I shove this grenade in your mouth? And
I wouldn't sympathize over my loss. I would instead remind you to be vigilant. Even in your darkest
Yeah.
corner, she's waiting. 45
Yeah.
seconds remain.
I put the grenade in his mouth, and I pull the pin, shove the grenade in his mouth in a way so that he's still holding the arming mechanism,
Mm-hmm.
as it's closed, and that all he has to do is basically just open his mouth, and it'll explode.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely on point. All right. And with that, do you...
Well, we gotta wait for the data.
Yep, 15 seconds before deployment, the shard shoots out. You have it, and the countdown really begins.
And
Yeah.
I give him a wave of solidarity and respect.
All right.
I really got nothing to say to this guy.
Okay.
I don't care for him very much.
Well, he did threaten your sister and your family.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair. And
I just shout out, see you in hell, CB.
he doesn't respond because he's got a grenade in his mouth.
Oh, I know. So let's get the fuck out of here.
All right. With that, you hear clanking. You hear like the sounds of footsteps.
Joke's on them. We're headed to the subway car.
All right.
Come on, slide transition. Come on,
Slide.
transition.
Slide transition.
Oh, whew.
The doors close behind you, and you hear on the floor now, coming from the other room.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
boy.
let's
It's
hit
time.
the floor so we don't get shot.
Wait,
Indeed.
what's that? And you hear like someone in the distance,
Oop.
and the doors close, and the train begins to run as it starts shunting down the track. Not as fast as it was before. but then you hear what sounds like a small pop, and then a burst of flame behind you as the train
Uh-oh.
rolls for a little bit, and then accelerates.
I duck and cover.
Okay.
Yeah, it's time to get down.
I'm looking away because cool guys don't look at explosions.
That's fair. Astute, as it were.
Hmm.
The train continues to shunt down the tracks, shaking and wobbling, as the speeds that it's reaching are not congruent with what it's designed for. It shakes and bangs, and you feel sometimes that it lurches to the right and to the left in order to maintain its stability. And you realize that the station endpoints are whizzing by very quickly.
Oh boy. We need to stop this train. We need to stop this train, folks.
Well, about that, I
Look for the
wouldn't know
brakes.
how.
There's always emergency brakes. It's a public train.
I go up to what would be normally the conductor's room, right? And I'm gonna roll an electronics check to drive land vehicle check to see if I can get manual control of this train.
Okay. Your head swims as the pungent smell of something sulfuric fills your nostrils. Your eyes begin to swim as your vision gets distorted. Roll me resist drugs. Resist torture / drugs.
Fair enough. I am rolling that.
I came up with creepy descriptions for every room. Are you proud of me? Yes, you are.
Yes, you did.
Goddamn lootly we are.
All right.
All right.
18. You stabilize yourself as the horrific stench of something strange and airborne fills your lungs, and you master yourself enough to pull the lever.
Pull the lever!
As the train starts to decline. You do hear faint whispers in the corners of your ear as you complete the action. Unintelligible, alien, bizarre.
Uh-oh.
I'm stretching and posture checking BT dubs. I'm doing it twice because you guys are using Croc coin.
Yeah.
It is slowing down for what it's worth.
Incredible.
The hallucinatory audio fills in your ears, have it. The sounds of unintelligible noises just behind the back of your neck. Scraping against the wall. Sounds of distant cooing of children? You're not sure. But for now, you feel yourself master of yourself still.
Master!
Also, you can roll me... Also, if you roll me a pharmaceutical, I may give you some more information.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna do that. Roll a little bit of that.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
All right. You feel the effects of something very similar. You've definitely felt this before. Perhaps it was in the same room as that crazy priest that you dispatched in that apartment complex a long time ago.
Right. Huh.
Your brain struggles to come up with the pharmaceutical name for it, but it's definitely a class 4 dissociative anesthetic. Associated with pain editing or putting yourself in a fugue state for perhaps being induced under surgery or whatnot.
Yeesh.
Oof.
Kind of crazy that they made it airborne. Normally it's intravenous.
What did you just call me?
Intravenous? As in, you plug it into your vein?
Yes, I know. I'm just fucking with you, man.
If you nat one, you would absolutely have gotten lost in the dance. So, the train does come to a stop eventually, and the doors open.
All right, we step out.
You step out.
Our wits about us.
Problem with subways is that all the exits kind of look similar, and the only real way to tell what stop you're at is the text that's usually aligned on the wall parallel to the train.
Makes sense.
Too bad you don't have that right now. But you are off the train, so there's that.
All right.
Well,
Well,
they are apparently.
You should also be.
Oh, there I am.
Yeah.
we should check out where we landed.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Shall we?
Yep. Be careful. Might be another something.
You come out of the train station, hopping over the checkpoint as you did before.
Still no writing on the walls letting us know where he is.
You come out and you're in a strange part of town that you haven't been before. A lot more desolate. A lot more abandoned. You hear the distant sound of sirens and the distant pops of what sound like a heavy semi-automatic pistol. Screams and cries of both animalistic rage and pain.
What the hell? Check GPS.
Tarnation!
The signal, though limited, gives you coordinates. You're approaching the roundabout. Okay. Local expert?
I rolled local expert, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is definitely a slum on the outskirts of the roundabout. Actually, quite north from the dome, if you remember the dome area.
Oh god.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Borderline combat zone down here.
Yep.
That's not cool.
No.
Yeah, and your Presto's nowhere to be found because obviously you didn't get off on the right stop.
There wasn't a right stop.
Yeah, there you are. Carless in the middle of a borderline combat zone. How is the gang get out of this one?
Fuck.
One step at a time.
Yep. Hey, that's a vehicle, right?
The beaten down sedan looks more like a metal frame than it does a vehicle.
Damn.
Its tires stripped bare.
Send a message to good old Dr. Urich.
Okay.
Right near the dome.
Hello, Owen.
You got a car we can borrow?
There are many cars to be borrowed if you are adventurous enough.
Hey, Look, I don't have the time for this shit. It's a yes or no question. Do you have a car we can procure?
Where exactly are you?
That depends on whether or not you can answer my question.
My question is contingent upon your answer, and I see we're getting nowhere. Click.
I call him back.
Goes to voicemail.
Fucking asshole.
But yeah, that's what happens when you have low empathy, dude.
It's true. I text him. I know where you live, remember?
It's left unseen.
God, this guy's a fucking bag of dicks sometimes. Well, I tried.
I mean, you have plenty of contacts. That's kind of your deal, so.
Yeah, but none of them would be. That would be the only one that's dumb enough to live anywhere near here.
Or predatory enough, in his case.
I mean, yeah, also true.
I mean, he is a predator.
Yep.
I mean, he's barely hanging on.
Yeah, he's not a good dude. I mean, you still have an agent full of contacts.
It's true.
Yeah. I don't know. Unless someone else has an idea, I'll put out. I can put out an APB. See if we can get a ride out of here.
Why don't we call the boyfriend?
You could.
Yours?
You're talking about Darren, I think.
Talking about no. He's talking about your boyfriend, 0 Day.
Oh God.
I'm not bringing him into this.
Why would you?
Why do you
Come
have
on
to
now.
go volunteer the people I care about?
I ain't got no one.
Yeah, we're working on that. And we don't have to sacrifice the people. What I don't want to have to sacrifice people I care about to get the one. That's like a step backward and a step forward. It doesn't work for me.
Right. No, I get it. You know what? Let me.
Habit, are you good?
Let me.
No. Haven't been good for like 3 weeks.
This is BCPD on the floor now. You hear
Oh.
in the distance.
Oh no. Can we call the uncle? I'm gonna call Uncle.
You're gonna call Uncle who?
Hazmat.
Hamzat? Okay.
Hamza.
Beep,
He just.
beep, beep. Hello.
Oh,
Hey.
shit.
It's Habit.
Ah, how are you? My favorite. However, I can't answer the phone right now. I'm too busy living big American dream.
I hang
I could have
up.
told you that was his voicemail message.
Oh,
Go
that
for it.
he's a kidder.
Yep. So there's that.
Alright. I put out a message to see if we can get a ride.
Okay.
Gosh, there is no buildings here. This is just straight up flat land.
Sure is.
Is there?
Daddy-o.
Oh my gosh.
It's a little pit stop in the middle of hell.
Yay!
I'm gonna get behind this train car.
Okay. The abandoned overpass is actually a little. You assume that when this part of Bay City was actually, livable, that this was kind of a gimmick restaurant, kind of like the Spaghetti Warehouse has the little tram cars you can eat in, similar to.
Oh.
They call it. You see the faded sign for the trolley, a dining experience over the marquee.
I'm gonna go in.
Okay. The abandoned rows of dining tables and booths fill the space, a relic of a bygone era. Parts of Bay City used to be really good. really clean, full of habitable living arrangements and decent places for decent folk. However, those times are long since past. What stands in front of you is a dingy reminder of what the city could have been, and a bleak reminder of the inevitability of entropy and decay.
Anyone message back to me?
Yeah. Where are you? The letter R, the letter U.
I send the cords back.
Oh God. How did you end up there?
Long story.
I'll see what I can do. Text comes back.
Does anyone know Redline's number?
Yeah.
You do.
Redline's not. She's in Rhode Island.
Oh yeah.
You are in Rhode Island. She's
Yeah.
We
Oh,
live
yeah.
in Rhode Island.
I'm gonna call Redline.
Hello.
I thought we were in Massachusetts.
Hey Red, it's Habit. How are you?
Yeah. What do you want?
So we're actually kind of in your neck of the woods right now, and was
What?
wondering if you could give us a ride.
You're in Providence?
We're in the combat zone between bases.
Oh. That's nowhere near me. And
Oh,
why the hell are you in a combat zone? What?
we
Hold on. You need to give me. Every time you guys call me, you give me no context, except that the
We
situation
killed
is completely
CBD.
fucked.
So I'm actually like having this
CBD.
conversation
CB2.
here. Like I'm like in this while I'm looking around.
Right,
So
right.
basically, your asshole boyfriend gave us a mission
Oh.
to find CB2, and we found him. We killed him, and apparently we ended up being dropped off in the middle of the roundabout.
You just hear like deafening silence on the other line for like a good solid 10 seconds.
The
told-
tinnitus intensifies.
He told you to do what?
Yeah, he was he had a lead for CB2, and he just happened to want us to go inside and check it out.
And it ended up with you taking out a person.
Yeah, we took out CB2.
Oh.
Turns out he was actually a puppet on the end of cookbook strings.
Palpable silence for another 5 seconds. Aren't we all? Look, kid, where's the coordinates?
Here. I send him.
Okay.
I like text that to her while I'm on the phone.
So you ended up in the northern side, past the dome.
Yeah.
That's borderline no man's land. How the hell did you
Fuck.
even get past the checkpoint?
There was no checkpoint. We took a subway here.
You took the subway?
Yeah, there were like we got sent here by train, taking the train in, and it's kind of a weird story, honestly. But yeah, the short of it is, our train, after the built the complex deep inside of this substation exploded, eventually just let us off here.
Can you guys go one day without having an apocalyptic scenario unfold in front of you?
No.
I mean, we have a
No,
lot of rest.
absolutely
you know, it's just one. It just happens to be one of the.
Alright. Look around. You see any cars?
I've been looking around to see cars, but they seem to be mostly frames, and haven't found anything with like salvageable material.
The tire's still intact?
I'm gonna look around.
Okay. Roll me perception.
Wait a minute. Don't we have a combat cab?
We're out of range.
Yeah, there's. Yeah.
No. Like, can't we? Doesn't combat cab exist in this universe?
Yeah, it does.
Can't we have them come pick us up?
Possibility. See if they
All
work
right.
around here. All
I'm
right.
gonna go and
Kira
roll.
looks. Everyone looks.
Okay.
While everyone is looking, Owen is checking his contact, or he's checking to see if he could get the number for combat cab.
Okay.
I don't know what I would roll for that. Business?
Yeah, business. Why not?
Business!
Business! Yes, you do find a number. It looks like there is a Presto subsidiary called Rapido, which goes to some areas that Presto doesn't. Aren't monopolies terrible?
I gotta BRB a second.
All right.
I call the number.
Hello, welcome to Rapido, the most rapid service outside of Presto's in the city. How can we help today?
What's your range of operations?
We support all aspects of Bay City, including but not limited to roundabout.
I send the coordinates, or because I don't know the coordinates offhandedly, but I speak it into the robot voice, and I'm just like, can you do a pickup from here?
Yes, that will cost an additional 500 eddies. Sorry about the steep incline in price, but due to supply and demand, as well as the resources which are currently depleting in that part of the area, it does require extensive manpower in order to maintain.
Wait, 500 eddies to get us out of here? Or 1,000 eddies?
500, sir.
Oh.
Pretty pricey, but I mean,
Hella pricey.
I mean, but it'll get us out.
sure would.
Yeah, come pick us up.
All right. Would you like the X model or would you like the standard model?
What's the X model?
The X model comes with top of the line modular transport, designed to customize to your very needs. Included are a snack bar and, as well, a lovely arrangement of beverages that can be given to you at additional cost.
Which model is gonna have the most bullet resistance?
Bulletproofing comes with X support.
It is X 1,000 eddy.
X would be an additional 200 eddy.
Oh, that's not terrible.
Okay, I'm back.
I'll
What
tell
I
you
miss?
I will pay whatever I need to pay to get you to show up here in the most armored and safe car possible, so we don't die on our way out.
You want the Bellissimo package, only available to certain specific VIPs. That will be 1,500 eddy.
Ooh.
Is it a land vehicle or Aerodyne?
We can provide both land and air transport, depending on your needs.
Oh my god. Please. Just let us out.
I'll pay for the air transport. Get here quickly.
Very good. AV en route to your location. Thank you for choosing Rapido, a subsidiary of Presto's. Thank you for your patronage. Goodbye. Click.
God, how much was the Aerodyne?
We'll find out when it gets here.
All right. With the Bellissimo package, a few minutes
Red
later,
Line's still on the phone with Habit.
Yeah.
you see,
Oh yeah.
hilariously, what looks like very similar to the Aerodyne that you procured from Hangar 18 that one time. descends upon your location, and you see what
Bless.
appear to be an armored detail of security around the Aerodyne. Sir, are you Own Ow?
Yep.
The assault
And these are my compatriots.
Very well. And you
How was the ride in?
It's fine, sir.
Oh,
Everything's
alrighty.
fine now.
All right, I'm going in.
All right.
Yeah, it's
Get out
time to get on.
All right. And with that, the Aerodyne picks you up and swoops. Swoops in, comes out, and brings you away.
Hell yeah. How much did that cost me?
It was like
1,500?
Yeah, it was 1,500, Eddie.
That's fine.
That's fine. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right.
You didn't specify on your initial request where you want to be dropped off.
Fucking A, man. You're right, but I was more worried about getting the hell out of there.
Let's go to the Sekai. See if Darren's still around.
Let's be
Alright.
dropped off where my Presto is, and then we can drive there.
All right.
Oh. Okay.
And
Fair enough.
they drop you off at that location, which looks. See the new map, same as the old map, as it were.
Yeah.
Wait, can they recognize that there's a Presto there that's not registered?
They all look. Have you ever been to a subway system? The stops, aside from the physical location in which they reside, look all the same. I don't know what to tell you.
No, I just mean like when the people, the Rapido people, like look at this car that we're giving them
They
the
don't give a
location
shit.
to, and be like, "Hey, that's one of ours."
That's consumerism, baby. Also, if you drop in front of, did you? Okay, that's actually a real talk question. Did you got a paint job for this?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. Because otherwise, it'd be some capital Q questions.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like these guys are all have, and they see a stolen Presto.
Yeah, that'd be a problem. But I was pretty sure that Kira got a paint job and whatnot.
Yeah, it's been shot up and stuff, so it's had some parts replaced and whatnot.
In that car.
Redline detailed it.
Oh yeah, she also added armor to it too.
She
I
did.
forgot about that. She did that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's good that you're really good friends with that with that biker gang.
Oh god.
I mean, you know, best girls.
Yeah. Meanwhile, like the entire time, Redline was on the phone because you didn't fucking hang up on her.
But sorry, Red Line. I forgot I was on the phone with, but it's like we got, like Owen paid for a Rapido.
Oh my god.
We got back fine.
I was gonna suggest that, but I guess you figured it out.
Yeah. Well, anyways, if you ever are back in town or are interested, let me know. And also,
Let her know, and she can avoid us.
And also, if you want me to, I will do that for free.
I'm sorry, what? You cut out.
Bach Darren.
Yeah, I mean, I did. It wasn't that good.
No, I
Damn.
mean punch him in the face.
Please don't go around punching my ex-boyfriends.
Alright, I'm just saying, if you want me to, I'll do it.
I appreciate the sentiment, but I don't think that'll be necessary.
Alright. Because he was kind of a dick.
Good. Bless him. I don't want to go anywhere near this Sekai bar, so good luck
Alright.
with that. Have I don't know, a Tokyo sunrise on me or something.
Alrighty. Well, you
I'd
have
also
a good
like to
one.
clarify that Own stayed in the Rapido to fly to the Sekai bar.
Well, I mean, he's got to get his money's worth, I guess. They do.
Yeah.
They do charge you an additional like 200 because that's a leg on the journey. Because you
Oh.
stopped at one location and then you got another location.
Yep.
It'd be Ubering, my guy. So
Yep. It'd be Ubering.
I'm gonna haggle with him once we land. So.
good lord. All right, well, it is. I guess it does count as an exchange.
All right.
The
Are we
Sekai
here?
Bar, as familiar as it ever was. Glitz and glamour, a neon jewel in a city of grime. Oh wait, you guys are already here. Whoops.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, I haggled.
He looks at you. I suppose we can knock off 50 Eddie for VIP, but like, it's also, a flat rate. He points at the meter that's like clearly measuring how far you're going on that aerodyne.
Hey, I already paid $1,500 for the ride. They wanted to get dropped off somewhere else. I'm still in here.
Yeah, I know. That's the second leg of the journey. I mean, 150. We were able to knock off 50 Eddie for it, so I mean that's a 25% discount.
Well, put me in your system. I want to stay registered as a VIP.
All right, we can do that, sir. And he takes your personal information down. And with that, you are dropped off. The aerodyne flies away as
Woohoo!
Owen convenes with the rest of the group.
Ah, what a ride that was. That was fucking cool.
Yeah.
I see you guys got here okay.
Yep. Sure
We
did.
it.
Now I need
Alrighty,
to buy
well-
another fucking vest.
You hear
We'll be fine.
You hear some muttering outside. It sounds, as you enter the bar, you see Sakai, the always stoic bartender, kind of grumbling under his breath, uncharacteristic. And you
What's going on, bud?
Oh, hello. You are back.
Yep.
Yep.
He has been looking for you. And he points at Darren,
Ooh.
who's like smashed. You can see like you can smell the alcohol coming off his breath.
All right, Darren. We're back.
Oh, good. You took care of that, right?
Oh yeah.
Not gonna be on the news. Take care of, right?
Oh, it definitely will probably be on the news.
I probably should have asked you to keep it low key.
Did
Well,
you know
there's only
that
so low key.
yeah, did you know that there was a man with a bomb strapped to himself, to his body, to his cyber body, that happened to be an entire room in there? Cause that sure was weird.
Yeah, I'm. No, because that's why I hired you to figure out what was down
Well, what do you think would happen when we fight a man who's basically a living bomb, and his whole room is his body?
there. I couldn't tell you because I wouldn't have been able to imagine that situation.
Okay.
Exactly.
You two have the worst way of explaining things to people that. Okay, listen. CB2 was there, and he chose
He was
death,
the room.
and he blew himself up with everything there after we left.
You convinced him to blow himself up.
Oh, we didn't have to convince him. He wanted
Oh,
to
he
die.
seemed pretty intent on dying.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
I apparently your former business had contributed to some sort of stuff that allows people to exist without an actual body, confined to a cyber skeleton of some sort.
Oh god.
That is strewn across the whole room.
So he was sick of living that way, and gave us the opportunity to allow himself to blow himself up.
Imagine
So-
your cyber body being a fucking room.
That sounds like hell.
Yeah.
Okay, that weirdness aside, I mean, you got it done, so...
And by the way, we were attacked by cyber psychos.
Uh,
You know, I show my the 2 gash wounds and
So, about that pay.
1750 to get a combat or to get a rapido aerodyne to get us the fuck out of there.
oh, you chose the Bellissimo package.
Yeah, we were fucking north of the combat zone.
You went down all that way?
didn't have
That's
That's where we got
yeah.
dropped off.
Yep.
Sounds like you've had a hell of a night.
Sounds like we
Yeah.
need a hell of a paycheck.
Owen gets his haggle gun ready.
Yeah,
He's drunk.
alright. Here. And he slides over 3 cred sticks. All of which, you look at the ticker, are about 2,000 at each.
Mm.
I haggle for 20% more.
Jesus God. What do you say to him?
That.
I mean, like,
I
you gotta word that in the form of a haggle, my guy. I'm not.
Yeah.
Like, I asked for 20% more. Like,
No. I look him directly in the eyes and I shout, I haggle for 20% more.
Very assertive.
do you know what haggling is? Like,
Sorry. I just tell him, hey man, after all the shit that we just went through and all of the munitions and weapons and supplies and the Bellissimo package for the fucking aerodyne to get the hell out of the northern side of the combat zone, 2,000 ain't gonna cover this.
All right, I can go 2250, but not a cent more.
An additional 2250?
2250 flat. That's all I have.
Okay.
Fine.
Next time you're coming with.
Wait. I look at the bartender. Has he paid for every single one of his drinks, or did he open up a tab?
He has paid in full.
Okay, thank you. Alright, never mind, clean him out.
Hold on.
How much is he paid?
Sakai looks at you. You see the disapproving dad look narrow in his eyes. Enough.
Alrighty. Well, I don't know about y'all, but I think it's night time.
Yeah. I should
Yeah.
get going. And he wobbles off the counter and like starts wandering into the night.
Hey, Sakai.
I'm gonna follow him.
Yeah. Yes.
Before Kira, Habit, hold on.
What? I'm
Can we
not
get
in the
3
mood for-
rooms for the night?
We are a bar.
Put it on. You don't have rooms nearby. I thought you had rooms.
We have rooms for private audiences.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'm
Never
getting
mind.
out of here.
I'm so
going
used to the
home.
Einherjar.
I'm following Darren to make sure that he's safe.
You see Darren wobble onto the street, his overcoat now bunched up underneath bunched up inside his jeans as he wanders and hails a cab.
Darren, wait.
Huh?
Let me get you home.
You've done enough tonight.
Yeah.
I can't pay you anymore.
I'm not asking for money.
I'm alright. Don't worry about me. I'll take care of it.
You are intoxicated, and I'm not gonna take no for an answer.
God damn it, Christina, I said I'm fine.
Yeah.
You see, like, his eye going one direction.
I'm gonna grab it by the scruff.
You always do this. I told you, no.
Yeah,
God
I'm
damn it,
dragging.
respect my fucking personal boundaries. That's why we split up.
Yeah, I'm dragging him over to the Presto.
Thank you for choosing Prestos. Where to?
Wherever I've been staying lately. Haven't really worked that out. I have enough money to pay for a place, just we haven't had the time to like
Alright.
hash out the details.
Kira punches in the coordinates to her current conapt. And with that, as I say while I move the thing, that'll be what I have for tonight. Thank you all for foraying into the dark future with us. I have been your host, Zoob the Mad. Left to right on the playboard, we have Mystic playing.
Hi, I'm Kira Hartwood.
Yeehaw, cowpoke.
Yee her.
And then Angel playing as.
Playing as Habit, the depressed, sometimes a DJ medtech.
And finally, last but certainly not least, the eternal sad boy.
Damn right, the saddest boy of them all. Own Al, professional haggler.
Apparently so. And with that,
Business!
our foray into the dark future has been concluded for today. But hopefully we will see you next week, Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Same croc time, same croc channel. Until then, bye all.
Oh god.
What a load of crap.
Bye.